which is, first of all, the maker of the best dinner rolls of all time. And everyone knows her as the first mom with two sons playing each other in the Super Bowl. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our mother, the lovely Donna Kelce.
Hey.
Hey, Mama!
Mama!
Thank you for joining us, Mom. How you doing?
Good. Awesome.
Yep, awesome. All right. Well, we're going to start with a segment that we do every show. I'm sure you've heard it now. Do you listen to our show?
Absolutely.
Oh, man, that's not good, Trev. We got to clean it up.
Right. Yeah, we got to clean it up. Sorry, Mom. We got bad vocabulary. We got to clean it up. We got to represent you way better.
Hey, you learned it from me.
Well, we're going to start.
You're a saint, Mom. Don't you tell anybody that.
We're going to start with the first segment that we start with all the time, which is New News.
New news.
New news.
Yes.
There, she did it. She's a natural.
She's a natural.
There we
She's
go,
right
Mom.
Right on cue. Right on cue.
All right,
Thanks
new
for playing
news.
in.
We are still the #1 sports podcast in the world. We're actually the #1 podcast on Apple. We're starting to do some amazing things. Thanks to you guys, all of our
Thank you,
supporters
guys.
and listeners. This show is taking off. It might be boosted a little bit by the Super Bowl, but let me tell you, it's been great all year long, and we can't thank the support enough. The first thing we're going to get to with new news is the Reddit page.
Ooh.
We asked you guys on the last episode to get the show's Reddit page going because it is buns.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, did too good of a job.
Oh,
We now
what?
have, I don't know, we now have New Heights Podcast and our New Heights. So we'll leave it up to you guys, but let's pick a name and merge these two, please. Do we have a preference? Do you like subreddit? Mom, do you know what Reddit is?
Yeah.
All right. Do you like subreddit New Heights Podcast or subreddit New Heights more?
I like the second one. New Heights more.
Just New Heights? I like New Heights more too. What
New
do you think,
Heights.
Trev? Because it's not just a podcast. Like we also have the YouTube deal. We have,
Yeah, it's a show.
Yeah.
It's a show.
It's become a thing outside of just podcasts. So I like New Heights. All right. That settles that.
Right.
I mean, unless the fans disagree. I mean, you guys run the show. Let's be
Ultimately,
honest.
it's up to the fans.
And speaking of the fans, we're going to talk about the fan base names.
I mean, are we ever going to figure this thing out? We've been juggling for about a year.
We're going to get Mom's opinion here, and then we're going to throw it to a vote. I think Mom is got great intuition, obviously. Mom, we've been trying to figure out what to call the fans of New Heights all year long.
Right? Yeah.
We have an insane amount of emails, and I think these seem to be the finalists.
Okay.
We have A, 92 percenters, B, the hooligans, C, the newbies,
The newbies.
or 4, and this is thanks to Travis desecrating a public official. We have,
Desecrating.
I don't know if that's the right word, but the jabronis.
Oh.
What do you think? A, B, C, or D? Which one's your favorite?
I kind of like D.
You like the jabronis? You're a
Yeah.
jabroni fan?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're in support of Travis shaming a public official?
No, we're all kind of silly. You have to go and look what the Urban Dictionary says about jabroni and what it is.
What is
yeah.
a jabroni? Does
Class
anybody
is
know what
in
a
session,
jabroni
ladies
is?
and gentlemen.
I actually
Class is
know.
in session.
You know what a
actually
jabroni
know.
is? What's
Yes.
a jabroni?
Hear it.
It's basically a fool. So
It's a fool? That fits really well, actually. If that's the actual definition of jabroni, we are definitely jabronis. That fits too well. All right. Well, there's Mom's pick. Trav, what's your pick?
Man, there's just something about the 92 percenters and just making this thing up as we go and kind of being right on point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's...
And I feel like that's just kind of like how all this really began, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I think the 92 percenters kind of fits with the show. It's just kind of fly by the seat of your pants, having fun, making stuff up that's right enough. It's close enough, all right?
yeah.
But in lieu of Mom's definition of the jabronis,
That's pretty
if
good.
jabronis does actually mean essentially just fools, I think that's a pretty good one for the show too. So I think both of those are probably my two front runners. But as always, it doesn't really matter what we think because we're going to take this to a fan
It's
vote.
up to the people, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're part of the democracy, brother. We're Americans. We're all Americans. Well, not everybody listening. There's actually quite a few international listeners now. I've been
And
catching.
thank you guys for tuning in.
Well, we're going to take this to the democratic process and take it to a vote, and we're going to get to the bottom, finally, as to what we will refer to the fans of New Heights.
To the polls.
To the polls
All
we
right.
go.
Very good.
All right, Mom, it's time.
Yes. All right.
Your interview
time.
is here.
Okay.
I've been waiting to get you for years.
You do have a broadcasting degree, so you could probably do a better job conducting the interview. So
I
we'll
guess let's start it right there. Mom, you do have a broadcasting degree. Do you have any coaching
I
points
do.
for how Travis and I are on this show?
Not really. You guys are doing a fantastic job.
All right,
Knew it.
There we go. All right.
Knew it.
You're
She taught
nailing
us-
it.
She taught
Nailing
us, taught us everything we needed to know already. But yeah, this is just us talking and having a conversation. We're gonna get into some fun stuff. But first, the first segment that we wanted to get into, Super Bowl questions that we have to ask. How's the last week been for you? You've been on the Today Show. You've bounced around. The ups and downs of Sunday, really just the ups and downs of my game because Jason had a walk in the park. How's the last week been for you?
Oh, man, it's been so exciting. I mean, not to mention just having two games, on the same day that means so much that to both of you, it was just absolutely crazy. So just nuts and trying to get from the link to a bar to see you and make sure that we saw Jason's ceremony. That was the hard part too. So, but thanks to Philadelphia police, it worked out really well.
Philly police. Gotta love them.
God bless them.
Did you go down on the field for the Jason's game?
No, I didn't have credentials.
No, Kylie and the girls came
Jason,
down.
you did it.
There's only so many people that are allowed on the field.
That's what they say until Mama Kelce is there.
No.
There's
listen,
no way
this is
they're
what
denying
happens.
you the field, Mom.
Travis,
Yeah.
you complain enough until they give you more credentials, and I don't have the energy.
Complain?
Yeah.
I don't have to complain. I just have to go to the people with the credential controllers and just be like, "Hey, my mom's trying to get down. Can I get a credential for my mother?" Oh, of course.
Well, here's the thing. I couldn't.
But you do that beforehand. You don't do it in the middle of the thing when you're up on the stage.
You're right. Honestly, nobody that was at my game came down on the field because I didn't give out any credentials. So you guys caught me red-handed. I don't do this.
Well, here's the problem. We only had a small amount of time. The NFL, in their infinite wisdom, decided to put both games back to back. So we literally, there was no time. We were lucky enough that we could see a ceremony and or the back of a ceremony. He was facing the other way, but it was just one of those things. It's just we wouldn't have been able to stay anyway.
No, it's all good. It was adorable seeing Jason on the field with the girls anyways.
Absolutely. That was the cutest thing. It was just so cute.
Were you rooting for this specific scenario to happen where both Travis and I won?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I wanted both of you guys to get into the Super Bowl, and
You
I
wanted
just
to
think
see
that
one of
this
us lose a Super Bowl. I get it.
What basically what it is I really wanted just pure joy. The first two Super Bowls, the ones that you were in, it was like tense. We wanted you to win so badly. It meant so much to get that one under your belt. This one is just going to be pure joy, pure fun. And, it's just going to be, you're both in there. How can it get any better than this? It's going to be the best day ever. Except for when you were born. Both you guys were born. It can't get any better.
Thanks, Mom.
Yep.
It'd be the best day ever for you. It's going to be one of the worst days for Travis or I. We don't know which one yet.
Yeah, we don't know.
Well,
Yeah. I got something that would probably make the day go better a lot more than just, being in the game, Maybe a few touchdowns, maybe a win. That'd be pretty sweet. What do you think, Jason?
If you won, it would not be sweet. It would be terrible.
No, all right.
Yeah, no, I hope you don't win, of course.
That's
Mom, you
very
said that you're
selfish
rooting
of
for you said you're rooting for offenses?
yeah, I am going to be screaming the entire game. Whoever has the ball. I want it to be the highest scoring Super Bowl ever in the history of Super Bowls.
Making
But
records. Let's
But
do
who
it.
are you actually rooting for?
I'm rooting for the offense. I can't pick.
No. You can't say that either. That's a half-in answer. You're half committed.
I can't
You got to
do
root
that.
for a team.
Sorry, I'm going to have both jerseys, half jerseys on. I'm rooting for both teams. That's all
What do I
there is
tell
to it.
Fletcher Cox? Fletcher's going to be very upset with your answer.
Tell him that I'm 50% with you guys. Yes.
50-50. 50-50. Are you going to be rocking the 50-50 Kelce jersey that I
yeah.
got you? I
Yes.
got you, that Jason didn't get you, that I got you? That
He was really upset the first time you guys played each other, because I was coming at him and the 87's on the front. And so I had to turn around real quick because I could tell he was pissed.
He didn't know. He didn't know.
I don't get upset.
I don't.
What? You know what was really sweet, though? Cheryl Bosa, Nick, and Joey's mother, she texted me, and she was just so sweet. And she said, being the mom of 2 NFL players, I just want to wish you the best. And so I'm sure that wasn't true because her son was playing against my son. But it was sweet that she did that.
I'm sure she meant it.
I know she did. I know she did.
How did she get your number?
There's
Is there an underground committee of moms that have
there's a
each
mother
other's
union.
numbers?
There's an NFL mother union.
No,
there's not. What
you
is
know
it?
what? She saw me tweet my jersey, and so she for the 49ers
Slid into your
game.
DMs?
I don't know, but all I know is she said, "This is Cheryl Bosa," and we just chatted.
Nice.
It was really nice.
Will you tell
I really
Cheryl
appreciated it.
We're big fans
How do you know
of the
it was
Bosas.
Cheryl Bosa? How do you know it was Cheryl
Jason,
Bosa?
stop interrogating mom. You
I'm just
sicko.
saying. This is online. Was she
Tell the
verified?
story.
It was her picture, so somebody could have photoshopped that, but who knows? But no, I think it was really her because she came back to me the other day and just said, good luck. And so it was sweet.
This guy's out of control.
Time out. We got to get back to the rooting. Okay, yeah, we got to get back to this. You've said in the past to both of us that you root for me because I've given you grandkids. I've always known that you root for Travis. Who do you actually root for?
Okay, I have a question
Let's
for
put it
you.
this way. Let's put it this way. In this one, you have the luxury of rooting for offenses. In a battle to the death, me versus Travis, who are you rooting for?
Okay, if you
Hot
have a
seat.
battle, if you are on a boat and you're in the middle of the ocean, who would you save, me or your father?
Who would I would save
Just
you.
fucking threw it
That's
right
easy.
in your
I would
face.
save you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
There's no question on that. Who would you save, Trev?
Man, you know what? Dang nabbit. I mean,
Time
mom,
out.
but I'm
I
feeling
still want
bad
the
for
answers.
dad. Damn it. Go ahead, Mom.
Of course I feel bad for him. I don't want dad to die, but I have to make a choice. In these types of scenarios, you have to make a decision.
Mommy
If you don't
made
act
me.
quick enough, you're going to lose both of them. You don't have the choice. All right, Mom, answer the question. Who you saving? Life or death?
Life or death? I can't make a choice.
Remember that if
I'm
you
not going to
choose,
say it. I'm not going to say it.
remember
I
if you
can say
choose
it, Mom.
me, just know that both Wyatt and Elliot will grow up without a father. That's
I got to start breeding.
Please
All
do
the
not.
breeders out there.
Wait till you find
Slide
the
it.
right person.
Find the right person.
I'm gonna have them.
Yes.
I'm gonna find a breeder, and I'm gonna get kids so that mom can love me again.
I love you. It doesn't say that. Okay, never mind.
Mommy, who are you talking to after the game first? Are you gonna stay for the parade? Are you gonna go down on the field no matter who wins and congratulate the winner? Or are you gonna find the loser
Well,
and the?
I will be on the field for you, Travis. Jason will have his family on the field, so no, I won't be on the field for Jason.
Is that why you're rooting for Travis?
I didn't say
Shoulda got
that.
her credentials, Jason.
I can
Shoulda
tell.
got her
Oh
credentials.
my goodness. Oh
No.
my goodness.
You know why? Because I go the extra mile to get mom credentials. Okay? You say, oh, all right, 3. Yeah, no, nobody else. You out. You're cool. You're cool. You gone.
She was trying to get to your game, Travis. That's the only reason she didn't get credentials. I knew that we were speeding her over to the Chiefs TV.
For sure.
What else we got? Did you know Mom, that there is a petition going out trying to get you to be the honorary coin flip
Yeah, I
for
saw
the
it.
start of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
To do
That means you would come. Mom, have you ever coin flipped?
No.
That's my that's my big concern, honestly, is I just don't know. Have you ever? When's the last? You've never done it ever?
Yeah, I have. But here's the thing: there are so many legends and people that have their blood, sweat, and tears on that field. And for a mom that's never played football, I don't think that's the right place for her to be.
I think you're discounting moms
I think,
of every
you're
player
a
who's ever
legendary
played.
mom right here.
Well, here's the. I don't know if I would
All
be a
moms are
distraction. Would I be a distraction out there for you guys?
No.
That's what I would worry about. Because you've always told me since you were little, don't you ever come out on the field. I don't care if you have a broken foot or what. It's Dad. Don't you come running out there.
Did we say
I do
that?
remember that. I do remember that, yeah.
Yeah. You're like, don't you come out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
The only thing I remember from growing up with very vividly was when I was wearing a cup in hockey and it was rubbing me really bad. So I took it out in the middle of the game and threw it to you in the stands because who doesn't throw their cup to their mom?
Yeah, it's like, shh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about mid-play. The puck is in play.
And then all of a
Jason
sudden,
is going down the hockey pants
Kareem!
and hucks it like a grenade over the wall.
Yeah.
And my mom's on the receiving end just catching it.
Yeah.
Oh my
And,
gosh.
I did catch it, but here's you immediately were ejected from the game. Not ejected from the game, but you were made to get off the ice because you have to have a cup to be on the ice. So they made you get off and put it back in.
Is that true?
Yes, but the problem is that
They never checked me for cups. How would they know?
Don't you remember them knocking
you
to see if you
throw
had it?
I don't think that's...
Don't you remember that?
I think I got ejected because I probably hit a kid in the head or something like that. I don't think it's because of my cup.
You didn't have the proper
That was
equipment
the second. That was the second one. Yeah, the first one was the cup. That was the first personal foul. The second personal foul was because you probably cross-checked your kid in the
All
child.
right, let's get back to the coin flip. What?
Yeah.
So you're not? Are you? You
get
wouldn't-
two
If America
ejected.
voted on it, would you flip the coin? Yes or no?
I would if the two of you say that it will not be a distraction to you.
It won't be a
Deal.
distraction to me.
Nope.
That
You're
you'll
in.
be
I'm perfectly
focusing on the game. Yes.
You're in.
there's
I'll
so
tell
many other
Roger.
things.
I'll tell Roger.
I'm an expert
I'll
focuser.
call him up.
You have his phone number?
Nope. I don't.
I think if you watch that Bengals game, you might have his number. All right. Growing up, Kelce. Let's go. What's the Donna Kelce story? Let's go. We got to move pretty quick because we can't be here too long. But
Yeah.
where did you grow up?
Oh,
Like,
yeah. I
how many-
grew up.
Uncle
yeah.
Don, Grandpa,
Yeah.
Mom, all the whole nine.
Yeah. Grew up in the east side, really the inner city Cleveland. Right downtown. Small house. Grandparents lived upstairs. Don and I were downstairs. We shared a bedroom. It was a small 2-bedroom apartment. And we grew up there until we were 4 and then moved out to the burbs. I mean 4th grade, sorry. And then we moved out to the burbs. And my mother was very, very ill. The doctor said that maybe, putting her into a different environment might help her a little bit, but she passed. So my brother and I lost our mother when I was about, I think I was 12 and he was 10. So anyway, but, things happen.
Well, you
married a
found,
wonderful-
I was about to say
Yeah, I
you
was
found
about
an
to say,
angel
we got a great grandma.
As we
He
know.
married a wonderful human being named Mary Blaylock, and she raised both Don and I. And by the grace of God, if we didn't have her, I don't think we would have made it through. So she's just a lovely lady. Wish she was with us, but she's not. And it was awesome. And I feel so fortunate that I was raised by her. So it was very cool.
After high school, you went on to college
Yes.
to get an education. Were you the first person to graduate from college? Did Grandpa go to college?
No, he was there for 1 year at OU,
Yeah.
but he
They
married
played
my
football at
mother.
OU, right?
Yeah, he did for 1 year, but he married my mom, and so they, just went back to Cleveland and stuff
So-
like that.
Do you think that one of the things that motivated you to go to college was Grandma Mary coming into the picture, or Grandma Murr, because she was in education?
Absolutely. And she talked my dad into it because he was very much chauvinistic. So he thought that I should go to, like secretary school or something like that. It was typical.
We're going to get to that in a second. Yeah.
So anyway, he just basically said she's not smart enough to go to school. And my mom says, well, how is she going to catch a man?
Purdue.
Yes.
Our uncle was an extremely talented athlete himself. Always says that you would be able to beat him in a race. And how there's legends of Donna Kelce's athleticism. I'm not making this up. For multiple people.
Yeah.
What did you play sports growing up? We already know the answer, but we're just for everyone listening.
Yeah, it was before Title IX, so we really didn't have the infrastructure for women like there is today. But I did. My father didn't want me being on the track team, so I snuck away and went on my own.
Sneaky. Flanker. This is where you get your flanking from, Travis.
Yeah, so
This is also where I get the ability to not listen to my dad.
And don't...
Not listening and flanking.
Yeah, but don't say no. I went ahead and I went to Mr. Seitz, and he did the track team during the summer, and I joined the Junior Olympics, and I won several medals for running, high jumping, and it was. And in fact, the surprising thing was the actual Olympics in Cleveland were being held in Cleveland Heights at the high school there. Isn't that a neat segue?
So that was you won all those gold medals running at Heights?
Yeah, and I was on Channel 8, so.
Wow.
Yep, WWS.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Laid the groundwork on the Heights field for us.
For the Kelce.
There you go.
So Grandpa was not in favor of you playing sports or going to college.
No.
But despite your own father not supporting you, you went and did it anyways.
Yeah.
And that was a lot because of what Grandma Murr kind of fueled you with, right?
Yeah.
Because Grandma Murr played field hockey in college, right?
She did. Yeah. She did. She was also an athlete, it's just he supported me once I actually got to college. He paid for my education, so I can't. He warmed up to it, and he
wasn't there on the come up, but once you proved it, he was on it.
Yeah, he was okay. He just had preconceived notions. Sometimes you have to prove people wrong. Right, guys?
Yeah, mama. All right now.
So you went to college 4 years at OU, right?
Yes.
And you obviously got a communications degree.
I did, yeah.
But despite that, you don't go into communications. You went into illustriously long career in banking.
Yeah, it was weird. I had to go back to school, get my master's, because I didn't have all the math skills and accounting skills and things like that. So I went to BW and got that. But then I was okay to be a banker, and it worked out. I worked in commercial real estate. Oh, geez, 30 years. I started out in MasterCard, went to foreign, international, and then ended up in low-income housing tax credits, which will make people's eyes roll up in their head. But anyway, it's basically every bank needs to support their community. Oh, yeah. And so that's what I did. I built housing for the less fortunate. So, yeah.
So somewhere along going into banking, you met Dad.
Yeah.
How did you and Dad meet? I don't even know if I know this.
I really don't even know this, Mom. This is breaking news.
How do we not know this?
Okay, we were at Fagan's. Yeah, and there's a bar in the flats.
Jason,
bar in the flats.
You've never been to Fagan's?
I don't think so.
Don't they sell perch?
Yeah.
Oh, Dad did take me there one time.
Fish and chips. Fish and chips, baby.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we just happened to meet there. He came up to me with the illustrious, I guess, pickup line was, "Did you say Joe?" And
Stop it. Stop
and
it.
I said no. And he said, "Oh, I thought you said Joe." I said, "Is your name Joe?" And he went, "No, it's Ed." I'm like,
what's yours?
But that's okay.
Wow.
That's okay. We ended up, chatting. The halls were there. I think Browse and even Cece was there. So everybody was having fun after work. I was supposed to go out with a guy that night, and we were supposed to go to a play, and I never made it. Your dad and I talked forever.
You stood him up?
You stood
I
that
did.
guy?
How
did.
could you do that, Mom?
Sometimes it sucks to suck, man.
Yeah, it was meant to be. It was meant
all
to
right.
be. It's
I've
just
been
the
there.
way it was. Yeah.
I've been there. We all bounce back. He'll be all right. I'm sure he's doing just fine.
Yeah.
Probably never took another girl to a play, though.
It was a good play too. I really wanted to see it. I think it was Chicago, I think, or something like that.
Chicago. We've talked about this growing up in Cleveland Heights and all the broken windows and the floors that we went through and all the holes in the wall and
Yeah. By the way, yeah, I have one question for you. Who actually jumped over the couch and landed on it so that the feet of the couch went through our hardwood floors?
oh yeah, that wasn't anyone jumping, Mom. That was a power bomb of the century.
Oh.
Yeah,
Into
Jason,
the sofa. Yeah, into the ground.
Oh,
into
okay.
the sofa, and then the sofa
Yeah.
went through the floor. That's
Yeah.
how powerful it was. That was Jason throwing me around like a rag doll. Yeah,
And
we
you
just kind of slid that thing over and made sure you never knew about it.
Yeah, I know. But we found it before we sold the house. But we fixed it. But I'm curious, why or how did we never break the television? With as many times as you were throwing a lacrosse ball across the living room, how did it never break?
Well, that was the one thing that we cared the most about in our tiny little lives at that point was the TV. We couldn't break the TV. What would we do all day?
But
we loved watching the TV.
you were still throwing balls, throwing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but we made sure to steer clear of the
We
TV.
we knew not to touch
that
the
was-
entertainment.
That was what had the Saved by the Bell and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and all the other stuff that we were watching at the time. We couldn't break that thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Man.
Fonzie, you were watching Fonzie.
Nick at Night.
Nick at Night was a good one. I haven't met the Fonz yet. Big Kansas City fan now.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
Well,
Kansas City now.
he's a Patrick Mahomes fan. Let's not call him a Kansas City
I've
fan.
seen him. I've seen him wearing Kansas City Chiefs jerseys.
I'm just saying, if
seen him-
Patrick Mahomes played for the Raiders, he'd be a Raiders fan.
I have no argument. That the picture that I just got of Pat Mahomes playing for the Raiders was fucking disgusting. Jason, don't ever say that ever again.
We got flash forward. You meet Dad, marry him. You don't have to go down all that. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
What was it? How? Yeah, I don't know. When did us two come into the picture? How did that?
It was about 5 years. 5 years later, we were trying to have kids. It wasn't working for whatever reason, and I went in, and one day she just told me, she says, "You're going to have a little one," and I went, "Whoa!" So that
I
was
knew
kind
you
of
were a
interesting.
mistake. I knew you were a mistake.
She just said that they were
I
trying
knew
to have
it.
kids. What
You are
Did you not listen to
proud.
anything?
We
Mom
were
just said?
trying. We were
You
trying.
know, she was trying from this. She was trying for me. You
No.
was just like, oh.
Let's be honest.
Look what we got
set
here.
let's set the record straight. How disappointed were you when Travis was announced as a boy?
No, I was not.
You weren't hoping for a girl?
I will say.
Be honest. Be
Yes.
honest.
Yes,
You could
I
be
was
honest,
hoping
Mom.
for a
It's
girl,
okay.
but I got one. He's a fashionista.
I see where this is going, you two.
And
I
a
see where this is
dancer.
going, you two.
And a dancer.
And a
Yeah,
dancer,
there's
yes.
a lot of.
So-
I see it now.
No. I'm just teasing.
What was
It was-
Travis's
Mom,
name going
thanks.
to be?
I was about
What
to say, was it Tracy?
No.
What about?
And I have a little thing. You remember you guys were saying that I named him after the fat kid on Overboard?
That's,
Well-
that's what I thought you named me as.
Okay, there was another Travis on a soap opera during the day.
A soap
and that
opera?
was, and I just thought he
like
was the
the
most
other.
gorgeous man in the whole world, and I named you after him.
So you told
soap
Dad.
opera?
Time out. I'm going to say, hold on.
Soap
so you
opera?
told Dad that you liked the name Travis off of a fat little kid from Overboard, but secretly you had a man crush going on,
Yeah.
and that's who you named him after.
Yep.
That's so terrible. How could you do that?
Oh, well.
No, I'm joking. Speaking of Dad, okay, so you both raised us.
Yes.
You were married. How long were you guys married?
23, 24 years, something like that. 25 maybe.
Time. It's a long time.
Yeah.
You eventually ended up divorcing about what? Maybe
10,
12 years
11
ago at
years
this point?
ago. You were
Yeah.
just
It's
getting
like at
into
the end of college. It was like
it was right at the end of college. And
Yeah.
So 12, 13 years ago probably.
Right.
So why do you hate him?
I don't hate him. We're still friends. We're friends to this day.
That was a great way to put it.
Yeah. No, we're friends. It's just, we
Jason's
get along.
messing with you.
We get along great. It's just sometimes people, they move apart. That's all.
So you don't regret marrying him?
No, never. Because I got you two. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be on this show if it wasn't for that. So no, we both were like a tag team with you two and did all kinds of fun things. When one of you had to go out of town, another person would help the other child. So it was perfect. It was just, you got to do whatever sports you wanted. You got to go on all the tournaments. You got to do everything, and it worked out. If there would have been another kid, somebody was going to lose out. Yeah. So it just happened to work out for the best.
Well,
thank you.
Yes, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for making a mistake with Jason so that I could be here. And
I didn't make any mistakes. I don't make mistakes.
Yeah, well, it's because Jason turned out not too shabby.
There you go.
Before we keep going, we need to shout one of our newest partners, Fireball.
Ooh, that was intimidating. Fireball takes any event to the next level, especially watching the big game with friends.
Fireball's iconic cinnamon flavor tastes fire and goes down easy, making it the ultimate crowd pleaser. That's why it's the #1 shot in America.
What I really like about the Fireball shooters is that there's no shot glass needed. You just crack it open and knock it back. Jason, are you a big Fireball guy?
I am, because I'm a big fan of just cracking it and knocking it back. Fireball is also sponsoring New Heights' Big Game Party on February 9th in Scottsdale, Arizona, and you can win a trip there. Go to fireballnewheights.com and submit your effort moment of the year to enter a free chance to win a trip to New Heights' Big Game celebration in Scottsdale, along with several other great prizes.
Effort
moment
of the year.
Scottsdale, Kelce Bowl,
New Heights.
Wow, wow, wow.
Andres Iniesta, từ cậu bé nhỏ của làng Fuente Alvila đến người hùng mang về chiếc cúp World Cup lịch sử cho Tây Ban Nha. Iniesta không chỉ được ngưỡng mộ bởi tài năng trên sân cỏ mà còn bởi nhân cách và hình ảnh chuẩn mực suốt nhiều năm qua. Không ồn ào, không phô trương, nhưng mỗi lần Andres Iniesta chạm bóng lại khiến người ta phải lặng đi vì sự tinh tế và thông minh đến kinh ngạc. Từ những năm tháng rực rỡ trong màu áo Barcelona, nơi anh cùng Xavi và Messi.
Tired of trying to find the best deal on tickets?
Am I?
Want a free $20 discount?
All right now.
Well, SeatGeek is the answer.
And if you don't trust us, you should just trust the 28 million people that downloaded SeatGeek and made it the #1 rated ticketing app.
There are more than 70,000 events every single day on SeatGeek. Right now, we have NBA, concerts, festivals, Taylor Swift, comedy, all on SeatGeek.
Okay, so you're throwing Taylor Swift in there. They always want to make sure that you're getting the good deal. SeatGeek, when you're on the app, whenever you see those green dots, they mean good. The red dots mean bad.
That makes sense. So use code Kelce20 for $20 off tickets to SeatGeek. That's $20 off your first purchase with promo code Kelce20. And this part is super important. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app.
Download that shit, cuz.
Yeah, it's good for you. Get that $20, cuz.
$20 discount. I got that $20 discount on these Taylor Swift tickets. Moving on to NFL parents. When did you feel like the NFL might really, it might be an actual reality for us? When did you kind of put it together? Was it in high school, college, or were you kind of just sitting there on draft day I don't know if this is actually going to happen?
Jason was the first one, and I know that was very taxing. We were all hoping so desperately that he was going to get drafted, and the first round, the second round, the third round, it went on for days, and it just was one of those things that we didn't know if it was going to happen. But I knew you guys were talented. I knew you had the perseverance. I knew that you would be able to. It's just you don't know how your children relate nationally. You know that they might be the best kid in your city. They might be the most talented or athletic kid on the college team, but you don't know how that is across the country. And there's a lot of kids that are just as talented as you are sitting on the bench at Alabama, Ohio State. They never get a shot. So it worked out that, everything aligned just perfectly on how you were able to play, get on the field, show your talents, and show what passion you have for sports.
Yeah, I mean, well, so speaking of kids playing, do you have any advice for other parents listening who are raising their kids and also have dreams of playing in the NFL? What advice would you give those parents?
Ooh, that's a good one, Jason. That's a good one. What do you got, Mom?
Okay. The advice that I would give is tell your children that no matter what anyone says, always believe in yourself. Number 2, keep at it. Go up to teachers, not the parent. The child has to do this. What do I have to do to get more playing time? What do I need to work on? The parent cannot do it. They cannot be the ones that are on the coaches, backs all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to come from the kid. The kid has to want it. He has to get up enough courage to go ask, this is what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And that's kind of what we try to instill with the two of you, that if we were at a practice session, go practice with those guys. Tell the coach, I want to play more. I want to get better. That's basically it.
We were definitely more curious than a lot of the kids growing up. But I think we both commend you and Pops, because at least all of my head coaches and coaches on every single sports team that I had, especially all the travel leagues and all the community leagues, they all said how much they love you and Dad for never complaining to them about playing time or why we're not getting, certain looks or certain opportunities. You guys kind of just let us go out there and have fun, and our curiosity and our drive to have that fun on whatever playing field it was, because we loved playing every single sport growing up. That is at the end of the day what drove us to where we are today, for sure. And you fueled that.
Yeah, for sure. And it just, you just have to, but whatever it is, whether it's sports or music or art, whatever your child wants to do, they've got to love it. And if they're not doing what they absolutely love to do, it's not good to push them into something that they just don't like.
You gotta love this shit, man. You gotta fucking love this shit. Did you ever think about steering us in a different direction? Like away from football? Like, did you ever see Jason doing something non-sports related, like playing saxophone, and be like, dude, that's your ticket?
No, I just supported what you came to me and said you wanted to do. We tried to make sure that you had that opportunity. There was sometimes we couldn't. I don't know whether it was both of you or just one of you said you wanted to go to Canada and be a hockey player. And I'm like, I'm not letting somebody else raise my kids. I'm sorry.
That would be me. It was I was in a tournament in Niagara Falls in 8th grade, and Dad got approached by I don't know if it was a scout. It's probably a scout from junior leagues up in Canada, just checking out talent in this tournament that we were playing in. And we weren't playing the highest level at that time. We were playing kind of like community league hockey, AA hockey. There was AAA, and then there was, I think, one more division that was like kind of like more talent than what was in our league. But they said that the traditional way of trying to get to the NHL is in high school. You go and play juniors in Canada. And I looked at Dad, I was like, they think I have a chance? Like I could go to the NHL. Like, it was like the coolest day of my life. Like, what do they see? They see something in me? I could go be an NHL guy? And Dad looked at me and said, you think that you're going to go to school up in Canada? You can't even go to school in America. You think you're going to listen to some other family tell you to go to school? I'm just like, there's no way.
And you're
right. Fine. I'll just go to Heights.
Yeah, and your luck, you would have went to Quebec and you would have had to speak French.
Oh, don't you start that one, Mommy. We all know French wasn't my forte.
No, it was not. No.
Yeah. What do you think we would be doing if we weren't playing in the NFL? Both of us.
You would be, I'm trying to think of something. Well, I do remember the first time you came to me, Jason, when you were a squirt in hockey. I know a lot of these stories are hockey, but that's a lot of hours on the ice. And you came to me, and it was the first time you got to hit people. And you said, Mom, you were so excited. I finally found out what I'm good at. So,
I've been searching. A lot of soul searching as a squirt.
But really, I'll tell you, I think it's in your mindset that whatever you put your mind to, and I think you've proved it this year as in previous years, whatever you want to do, you will be good at.
Well, you instilled that in us, Mommy. Why don't you tell your side of the Charles Barkley story? Because it's a little bit funnier on your side. Growing up in Cleveland Heights, on how I love to tell everybody what I thought my name should have been at the time.
Yeah, no, it's just I was at the block party. We had block parties in Cleveland Heights because the houses were so close together. Shut down the streets. You get a permission from the city hall, and you would put like tables out and stuff like that. And we would put out the basketball hoop out in the middle of the street, and kids would just have a blast, and we would eat and everything. And I'm sitting down and talking to my neighbors, and they're like, and I didn't know them very well because I worked during the day, so I didn't meet some of the moms, but it was like, so they said, there's this great kid named Charles. He is the coolest kid. He's so funny, and he's really talented. I'm like, really? Who's that? And they're like, he's over there. And I said,
what a rapport.
You said his name is Charles? I said, that's Travis. He went, no, he's Charles. And this was for weeks. You were telling everybody on the street that your name was Charles. So I knew you wanted to be him. And that was something that, and I said, no, your name is Travis. I know you don't like it, but you will when you get older. It's not a common name, so.
CB34, man. Big Chuck. I still want to be you, Chuck.
There you go.
I still want to be you. It's been so cool getting to know him, but that story is it's definitely one of the awkward ones that I can always kind of just sit here and be like, yeah, I was just out here blatantly lying about my name. What do you think people listening don't know about being a parent in the NFL that's kind of interesting? Like, obviously you just talked about Miss Bosa, or the Bosa's mother, becoming do you parents like become friends on teams? Do you guys team up like that? Or tell us a little insight on the parent life in the NFL.
Yeah, well, I'm going to start with college because it's a whole different
you got
scenario.
your Bearcat moms. I
love my Bearcat moms, and I still see them today. We get together once, not since COVID, but we've been getting together for a couple of times a year or once a year, and I miss them terribly. It's a lot of time on the road, going to away games and everything like that. When you get to the NFL, your children are adults, and they're dating people, and they're married to people, and they have their own children. And as much as they like to see you every once in a while, they don't want you there 24/7. So the one thing that I miss the most is just being able to talk to you. It feels like when you left the house, I didn't know that you would be gone forever.
Man, yeah, I don't think any of us did.
No, and it's just... I don't think
any of us did. And Mom, you're more than welcome to come over here whenever. I'm not dating anyone, nor do I have kids, so you can... I got a room for you over here whenever you want to stop by.
Sounds like you don't need her. We need Mom. We need Mom over here.
Touche. I'll come out to Philly then.
Yeah, but no, I think that's the hardest part, and I think you guys have found out too, that especially with the podcast, that you've been able to talk to each other more. You're so wrapped up, and the NFL is so demanding on a daily basis that there's sacrifices that have to be made. People talk to me and they're like, oh, you talk to your kids all the time? I'm like, no, I don't. First off, I said, seriously, you guys get 1,000 texts a day. I'm sure there were more the night that you won. Mm-hmm. And how do my texts get through all that. They can't, you know. Like I'm sure you don't even know.
You're kind of special. You're kind of one of the people that we respond to.
I know, but they get lost. They get lost in all the texts. It's like I'm sure you don't even know that I said I was so excited that you won that night because
they don't get lost in the text as much as they get lost in the drinks that I'm having, because when the drinks are flowing, I'm not really looking at my phone.
That's true. But the other thing is I'm so privileged to be able to see the world through your eyes, to be able to go to events, to be able to see how you light up people's lives when they talk to you, they take a picture, how much it means to people and how genuine you are. And it makes me very, very proud. So I'm okay to give you to the fans. It's all right.
Well, we love that everybody gets to see it through your eyes these past couple years with all the fandom and all the fans that you've created for yourself, going on the Today shows and talking about us. It's been fun seeing you in the limelight as well. How do you and Dad separate or support me and Jason through there? I'm sure everybody always asks me, how do your parents split up seeing the games and stuff like that? Why don't you give them a little insight?
Well, I'm a little bit more methodical because I'm a banker. So as soon as the schedule comes out in April,
it's a nice way of saying that.
Yes, when the schedule comes out in April, I look at all the games, find out when all the home games are, and I split it up, 8 for each of you, and I just do it that way. This year was tough. You were away a lot at the same weekend. You were home on the same weekend. So I didn't get to go to as many games this year as I usually do. But
we made it special for you.
Yeah, I think I picked all the right games. So it was good. It was good.
All right. The last question that people have to know as our mother, do you support signing babies?
Dolls, yes. I do
You don't support
that.
signing actual babies?
No.
Another for the good guys, man.
So in other words, you're in support of us. You're in support of turning down babies.
No, you
From
don't.
that young of an age, just shutting them off. No.
I don't think you should ever even put a Sharpie on an adult. I'm not into tattooing, so no.
Sharpies are not tattoos. Did Travis and I ever do anything?
It's defacing your body. No.
Did Travis and I ever do anything grosser or more gross growing up as babies?
Oh, man. Well, you did take a hairdryer one time and hit me over the head and I saw stars. I think you were
Jason?
I think he was like 4 months old and we were sitting on the couch and I had my hairdryer just sitting on the end table and he picked it up and he went whack. So you got both of us. You got your dad and me with different things. So
no signing babies. All right, that's fine.
that's just the way I feel. But
well, I have a couple other questions I want to get to. So a man, I forget what publication he was with, but he got the Grandpa Blaylock story out of me.
Yeah, that's okay.
Why was Grandpa actually charged with treason?
No.
And what's the story? What can you give us the actual story?
What reporter got this out of you?
I'm trying to remember which one. I think it might have been the Washington Post, or I forget what it was.
How did they find this out?
Well, they were asking me about the quote that Grandpa gave me, and then I gave him the whole background about how this guy actually. He wasn't a great grandpa, but he was a great grandpa in the right moment. But
yeah.
Is that fair to say? Am I generalizing with Grandpa? Was Grandpa a good person?
Grandpa was
What's wrong?
Grandpa was a narcissist, number one. He named me Donna.
So that's one check for bad person.
Yeah. He named me Donna, and he named his son Don. So he's got both of his kids named after him. So there you go.
His name is Donald Blaylock.
Yes.
For those of you.
So anyway, it's one of those things where he was a wonderful human being. He got me to college. He paid for it. He raised me.
He didn't believe in you. You just said he didn't believe in you.
No,
I know.
Eventually he came around.
Okay.
After you proved it to him. You had to prove to your own father that you could do something.
Yeah. And I think he told me when I was 40, he says, I never knew that you would make it in business. But anyway.
This is 2 check marks in the bad guy category. We got narcissist and not believing in his own daughter.
But
I'm going to create a tally right now.
Jason.
Bad grandpa, good grandpa. I'm waiting for the good.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he was a funny person, but
All right,
we
I'll give him. I don't think
Hey,
funny
he's a
people
charming
necessarily makes you
dude.
good.
Charming
I don't
dude.
think funny necessarily means good.
Yeah.
But because he's got so many in the bad category so far, I'll
Yeah.
give him a check mark for funny.
Well, basically what happened is he was upset because he was a salesman. They weren't selling the product to clients anymore. He decided he could do it better. So technically it was industrial espionage. He was stealing plans that they had already thrown in the trash, but he shouldn't have done that. It was wrong. He got arrested, but he was never charged, and he wasn't selling secrets to the CIA or to Russia. So no.
So he's a thief.
Yes.
Well, that's all right. That's fine.
I got to put that in the bad category, Mom.
No,
I
that's
don't
a
want
check.
to.
What? Why is that a bad thing?
A thief? You don't steal
stealing's
things.
bad.
Stealing's
Y'all don't be
bad.
stealing?
This
Y'all don't be
brings up a great story. God, I'm so glad we got on the topic of stealing. My brother, I don't even know if you know this story, Mom. Travis and I were walking around. What was the grocery store? Zagaras. And you know how they had the candy that was sitting out and you could put it in a bag?
Ladies and
then
gentlemen,
you'd
I
weigh it
am
by
not
pound.
the only
Let me
person
finish.
that did this.
Let
This
me
isn't
finish
even
the
stealing.
story. And the you would weigh it at the end and you would go and pay for the candy.
Yeah.
I am walking through Zagaras and Travis is just taking candy out and eating it right on the spot. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, don't act like you've never done this. I'm like, I have never done that. What are you talking about?
Well, unfortunately, he's similar to me because I did that when I was a kid too.
Well, it sounds like you and Grandpa are all in cahoots.
There you go. No.
All right.
Look at us now.
All right. So he wasn't charged with treason.
No.
Well, that's
Are you
good to
sure?
know. That's good to know.
No, he never
Well,
went
he
to
wasn't.
jail.
He wasn't.
He never
He was
went-
charged.
He never
wasn't
went to
convicted.
prison. He never went
wasn't
to
convicted.
prison. No.
So he was charged, not convicted in a court of law.
No. The worst thing that happened was he had his pension taken away. That was about it. So
But he did help out the Russians,
I don't think so.
which really, I don't want to get
think so.
political.
Jason,
He did. That's
Yeah.
where he sold it from. And not only did he help the Russians, that's where he met Stoya, right?
Zoya.
oh my God.
Zoya.
Oh my
Well,
God.
that's another thing. Your father's been married 5 times. so
Charming
He's
man.
been married
Charming
5
man.
times.
Charming man.
Was he
Plus,
was he faithful to all of these women?
Of course not. He's a
I'm putting it in the
narcissist.
bad category. Another one in the bad category.
And the
Rick
other
is filling up the bad category.
thing is that he just you had an uncle that was 2 years older than you, Jason.
That's right, James.
Yeah, who's now in China.
2 years older. Time out. So we've established Grandpa's a thief. Mom's a thief. Travis is a thief. Was James or was he not charged with treason in Korea?
It wasn't treason.
Well,
Yeah,
they made him leave the country, didn't they?
That's because he was a DJ and he was cutting in on somebody's territory. Yeah,
Oh, he was
James is a
stealing.
DJ?
in Korea. Yeah, he lost a lot of weight. He became
He
a
was
dancer.
over there K-popping? He's over
Yeah,
there
K-pop,
K-popping?
baby.
That's right.
He was
and
starting
so
K-pop?
yeah,
This whole
and-
time?
Yeah, so he was a DJ over there. So he was taking people away from another bar, and so this guy went and put.
That's not illegal. I've heard nothing that would get you.
It is if you're
thrown
an
out of the
American.
country.
No,
in
he
China.
put marijuana in his room. They
So
came
he's a
and
drug
found it.
dealer?
That's what they tried to pin on
He's
him,
an
yes.
international drug dealer.
Let's be honest.
No.
Marijuana, I'm not. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So
So
sure it
any-
was just marijuana though?
I don't know what it was.
So I'm waiting for more good things from Grandpa's side of the category. Did he love you?
He was a good dancer.
Oh!
Very
I
good
did not
dancer.
know that.
Yeah, very good dancer.
That's where Jason gets it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
And but no, there were a lot of good traits. He was a good friend to a lot of people. In my high school, there was a girl. Her family could not afford to get her senior pictures. So my dad paid for her to get her pictures. He thought everybody
right.
should have their senior pictures. So,
So he had empathy. He had
Yes,
empathy.
he
I'll
did
put
have
that in
em-
the good category.
yes, he did have empathy.
He's still
yes.
trailing, but I'll put that. He's
No.
empathetic.
Yeah.
All right. What All right.
And,
Speaking
you
of,
got to say good athlete because we get our athletics.
He was
I
a
don't
good
know if
athlete.
that comes down to good or bad person, but you know what? I'll give it to him. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were
what,
just naming his
positive traits.
Yeah.
What? All right. That's enough of ragging on Grandpa. He can't defend himself here.
No,
it's probably not fair.
He's since moved on. Yeah.
He was a great grandfather for me at a really important part of my life, and it sure meant a lot. So
I know he talked.
Jason, to those who haven't heard the story, why don't you give him it real quick?
We haven't told that story here.
No, we have not.
Yeah. So how often did Grandpa come visit us growing up?
Well, he was raising his own child, so
I know. I'm just saying we barely saw
We
him.
had an uncle that was 2 years older. He also lived in Sioux Falls.
Yeah,
Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
So it wasn't.
So what do we
cheap.
see him like? Maybe once a year. We barely ever saw him. And
once or twice a year. He tried to come to at least one game of yours a year. He'd come to a football game.
Yep.
He would come to Cincinnati. He went to a couple of I think your first year. I think he made it to the Eagles. So yeah.
Well, so when I was in high school still, and for some reason he was in town at this very specific moment, and I had just found out that I wasn't, I had received no scholarships to go to like any D1 schools. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life and whether I was going to go and play football in college, whether I was going to go and play lacrosse, whether I was going to go to college at all, to be honest with you, which I think I was going to go to college because Mom and Dad were certainly pushing that really hard. And Grandpa gave me a little card that had a quote from Calvin Coolidge about persistence on it. And for a long time, I had that card wherever I went. And then one day I got drunk and lost it, like I have most of my possessions.
Like Travis's Cincinnati helmet?
Correct. Yes. there is a pattern there for sure. And
what did the card say?
The quote said, nothing in the world can take the place of persistence until, oh my gosh, now you put me on the spot. I think it started with education.
Yes.
Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Genius will not. The world is full of unrewarded genius. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan "Press on" has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. So a very deep quote for a kid who just wants to play football, but it really hit me for some reason at the right time, and combined with my mom and dad supporting me, motivated me to try and play Division I college football, because I could have gone Division II or III as well, or 1AA, but Mom and Dad really, because I had some partial scholarships, but Mom and Dad were very adamant that wherever I wanted to go, they would make it work. We'd find a way to make it work financially, to just go and try and play wherever you want. And went to a University of Cincinnati visit and fell in love with the Bearcats in the university, and decided to walk on there. And I don't know if that would have happened without Grandpa giving me that quote. So for all of his womanizing and thievery and treason, he was a great grandpa at one moment. So thank you, Grandpa, wherever you're at.
You wouldn't be here without him.
Exactly. All right, let's cut away from Grandpa. We've talked about Grandpa. We're going to get back to Dad because there's a question we want to know. Did you know that Dad was trying to communicate with aliens?
Yeah. He told me about what he said, though, was that he was sharing his computer juice, whatever you want to call it at that time.
He called it juice. He called it computer juice.
Yeah. I think it's the hard drive. That's what he was sharing with NASA.
It is, yeah.
With NASA. And they were trying to find, extraterrestrials. And he told me about it.
At the time, what did you think of when he told you this?
I think I'm not one of those individuals that
At the time, when he told you that, what was the first thing that happened in your head?
I said, are we being paid for this?
How are you not a cop, Jason? How are you not a cop, dude? You are unbelievable.
But the funny thing is, now you believe in aliens. Like you
I do.
are.
I don't.
I
She
do.
was always on
Not
board
just
with
that
aliens.
Not just that
She was
aliens
always
are
on
out
board
there,
with aliens.
Not just that aliens are out there. You believe that aliens have been to the planet Earth.
Yeah.
To the planet Earth. Yeah, they're here, Jason.
Yeah, I can't believe that we're the only ones in the universe, that we're so...
I'm with you.
know,
I
There's
agree
no
with
way.
you on that. I do think that there's aliens out there. I just don't think they've been to the Earth. But
Last question, Mom. This is arguably the most important question that I have to ask.
Yes.
I've been saying last question for about 10 times, but this is the outro right here.
this is the real last question.
Was more memorable? Mm-hmm. Our birth, our draft, or our Super Bowl this year?
Is it, oh no, our first Super Bowl. It says.
Oh, our first Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man, that's rough.
Which one do you remember the most?
Well, through the births, I was so
Super Bowl 54?
excited. No, your birth
But
was
you're also drugged.
that I wasn't really drugged, but I had a, what do you call it, epidural or whatever.
Epidural.
So yeah, so you're not really drugged, but
That's fair.
you're just can't feel anything. So but
That's how I play football.
yeah, so anyway, it was, I don't know. They're all such wonderful things. Each time you win a game or you do something like when you played the saxophone on at Severance Hall, anything like that, whenever you do something like that, it just brings me pride and I cry. So I'm a crybaby, so that is what it is. So
Yeah,
you've
we
always
certainly
made
get
me
that from
proud.
Yeah.
You've always made me proud, and it's there's a few things that we probably aren't proud of, but don't we all have that in our background?
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm telling you, to come through what you both have had to come through and have to overcome, it may not be as much as other NFL players that have gotten to where you're at, but it still was difficult for children, to get through.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, that's for sure.
It's a grind, no doubt.
Before
about
we
it.
let you go, Mommy, we're going to turn the floor over to you. Or you can just being thankful for all the people that have been in my life and how, man, I'm choking up right now.
Yeah.
It's just a cool moment to sit there and look at all the fans in the stadium and know that, you're about to go out here doing something so much fun in front of the people that you love and in front of the people that helped you get to where you are in life. And that's what I always think of when I'm listening to the national anthem. It's my one moment to reflect on everything and be appreciative and know that you're watching.
Yep, that's cool. How about you, Jason?
Well, I always sing it. Yeah, I think it's the same thing as Trav just said. For some reason, it's a very emotional moment. And I think it's because you realize that, all of us being here together as a country and as a group and as a family, like all of these and friends, everyone involved in this allows me to play a sport and a game for a living. And you realize how fortunate you are and how, in this together, all of us are. So it's an emotional moment for me as well. And it definitely causes reflection. And when it's a game like the Super Bowl, it's just magnified that much more. Yeah, I think I'm right there with you, Trev.
All right now.
Very cool.
All right now. Well, we're hopping on with Dad next.
Okay.
You got any message you want us to relay to him?
No, not really.
Alrighty.
Just see him this weekend, next weekend. Yeah.
All right
Okay.
now. See
Yep.
you in the desert. Oh, Mommy.
Mom, I love
Thank you.
so
I
much.
love you so much.
Okay.
Can't wait to
love
see you this week in Arizona.
Oh, it's going to be pure joy. I mean, I'm going to love that game. I'm not going to want it to stop. That's the problem.
Deal.
You
Are we,
know.
do we need two? Do we need to run this back next year? Just to
Absolutely.
Run
All right.
what back?
You both
We're
have to
going
be in
to
the
Super
Super Bowl
Bowls.
next weekend, too. Next year.
yeah.
Next year?
Yeah.
You said it. That means you got to play, Jason.
You guys are
You
crazy.
got to play. It's official, ladies and gentlemen. Jason is not retiring. Mama Kelce got him to say that he is in on Super Bowl rematch.
Oh, well.
All right.
Thank you for your time, Mommy.
Oh,
We'll see you down. We'll see you down in Arizona.
The good thing is both of you play each other. You're playing each other in Kansas City next year.
Ooh.
Next year in Burrowhead?
No. That's
Listen,
not
you
nice.
fucking jabroni. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
I love you, Mom. Thanks
Love
for
you.
Thanks
Love
for
you
joining
too.
us.
Kiss my grandbabies for me.
I will.
Thank
Tell
you.
Dee Dee said hello.
All right,
Okay.
Mommy.
Tell Kylie I said hi. Love you. Both
Love
of you a lot.
Mama.
If there's one thing I get asked all the time, it's how do I maintain my health during the season? And the answer is simple. I take AG1 Athletic Greens every single day.
You guys probably didn't expect Jason Kelce to be a big greens guy, did you?
Travis?
No, you didn't.
Travis?
Because he is...
Travis,
What?
This is way more than basic greens. It's like 9 products in one. Just one serving of AG1 covers all my nutritional bases and supports my long-term gut health with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced high-quality ingredients.
Well, if you've been listening to this show and have been saying, man, I want to be as healthy as the obese Jason Kelce, you're in luck because for February, only Athletic Greens is giving you guys their best deal ever with 10 travel packs plus a 1-year supply of vitamin D.
Like Travis said, for the month of February only, Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 10 free travel packs with your first purchase.
This is their best offer yet, and you can only get it at athleticgreens.com/new heights. That's athleticgreens.com/new heights.
This new year, you got goals, and Factor is here to help you achieve those goals, each and every one of them. Fuel up fast with ready-to-eat, nutritious meals delivered straight to your doorstep. No matter your lifestyle, Factor has delicious, flavor-packed meals to help you live it to the fullest, with a ton of options on the menu each week. Prepared by chefs approved by dietitians, each meal has all the ingredients you need to be satisfied all day long.
All day long.
All day long, baby. Get Factor and enjoy clean eating without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door. Ready in just 2 minutes. No prep, no mess.
Just quick.
Call to action. Head to factormeals.com/newheights50 and use code newheights50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code newheights50 at factormeals.com/newheights50 to get 50% off your first box.
50.
Tree fitted. This next conversation is one that Travis and I have been dying to have from the moment we've started this podcast. It is going to be with the man who was our coach growing up, was the Christmas candy man, spent a lot of times in and out of steel mills while also looking for life among the stars.
Make it a habit. 7 minutes of Tai Chi every morning, all the way for 1 month. In 1 week, you'll feel better. In 2 weeks, you look better. In 1 month, your wife won't believe your results. Here's a Tai Chi workout plan, made for men over 50. These beginner-friendly exercises take just 7 minutes a day. Tai Chi is the best medicine for men over 50, and it's a key to long-lasting health and vitality. It's more than a workout. It's a game changer for your life and longevity. Just open the app and follow along.
Our next guest is our papa, the first dad of 2 sons playing each other in the Super Bowl. It is, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Ed Kelce. Yeah!
Yellow Ed Kelce.
Yellow Ed Kelce.
Anybody that's ever called our house in Cleveland Heights has heard the famous and infamous Yellow Ed Kelce. His pops would work from home, and he would always, have his slogan right as he answered the phone. So that's a little shout out, a little love to everybody back in Cleveland Heights, man.
Well, Dad, thanks for being here. Have you seen the show?
Everyone, haven't seen the last one. Haven't seen the last one yet.
Well, what are you
Ooh,
doing?
the last one was a
It's
good
been
one.
like our most successful one.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, take that.
Okay.
All right.
He'll get around to it.
I'll get with the program here. All right.
If you haven't seen, or if you've seen the
I
episodes,
actually haven't seen them at all. I listened to them.
you listen to them. Well,
Yeah.
if you've listened to them, you know that we're not experts. We're not at all. What's the word I'm looking for?
You're not professional.
That's what the word I was looking for. See, this is why that's good. Dad's here.
You're not media professionals. That's
right. We're not.
I
We're
don't
not
have to watch a
qualified.
podcast. I don't have to watch a podcast to figure that out.
We're not qualified to do interviews. We're just going to have a conversation with our dad. Dad and two sons having a convo. But I think people are going to love it. So, Trav, why don't you lead it off?
Let's lead it off. Our first segment, Pops, is the Super Bowl questions that we just have to ask you, bud.
Go ahead.
And so we've known for about a week now that we're going to be playing in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 56?
57.
How do you not know? 7, Travis. Can you read Roman numerals?
The 5 is the V, so I haven't seen it yet.
It's LVII.
Nice. Well, that would be 57.
What's LIIV?
52.
3.
Dad?
53.
There we go.
53.
Pops is here. That's why we got Dad here.
All right. You can have that one. Pops, how's the last week been for you since you found out we were going to the Super Bowl? It's been crazy.
It's been fun. It's been crazy. It's been. I have had a little taste of how your phones get blown up.
Oh yeah.
That is with text messages and emails and calls. I now understand why you do not answer.
How do you
phones.
do it? Yeah, I was about to say how you deal with it. How do you deal with it?
What
Pops?
I do not. I don't answer my phone now.
Dad, you have to at least get
Well,
back.
I'll tell you what I do is I get back to people that I've talked to in the past. That is John, a couple of writers, including John Kosich is one of them. Got back with John a couple of times. Certainly talked to Andy Baskin. Talked with the radio show there.
So you're mostly talking about just media requests and people want to, get you on their shows and stuff
I
like
don't.
that. Or?
Yeah, I've heard from cousins. I thought I died.
Well, thank God they're not, and they reached out to let you know they're here.
I'm hearing from people I haven't heard from 50 years.
Who's your favorite person you've heard from?
The favorite person I've heard from, I sat down with Sam Farmer last Tuesday.
Okay.
Who in the fuck?
Who's Sam Farmer?
Sam Farmer is a sports writer for the LA Times. He is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame as a football writer.
Oh wow!
This is a guy. This is a top level guy. He's a sharp guy.
Had
a great time. Had a great visit with him.
What'd you guys talk about?
We talked about you guys. And the whole and the whole football thing. After that, it's always fun to talk to PJ. PJ Ziegler is a sports journalist, on-air journalist at the Fox 8 Cleveland, which was the local news.
Always got to show that love to.
Yeah, always love the local guys. Always love talking to the local guys.
I'll tell you what, people didn't. I mean, we got to let everybody know. Mom had the communications degree, but you actually had a journalist career there for a journal. Is it the journalist? Yeah, a journalist career there for a second.
What are you talking about?
He came out with a few articles. He would always have it. He would always have his blog. Yeah, you did the one piece on recruiting.
Well, no, that's just a story I wrote and posted it on. That's part of a book that I've never finished, called "Somebody to Grow Up With" about YouTube, which I got to get off my butt and finish that one of these days.
Right on.
And I would put that on the website when I actually did something with fogdad.com.
Fogdad.
Yeah.
You got to let everybody know what Fogdad is now, Pops.
Fine old gentleman dad.
No.
That's not how I remember.
No.
Hey, okay, fucking old guy dad. There you go. Every club had a fog team, and the fog team was the guys over 30 that were still playing rugby.
Oh really?
So we're the Fogs. You're a Fog Dad now, Jason.
We're Fogs now.
Jason.
Yeah, that's right.
Holy cow!
You're a Fog Dad.
Yeah, that's right. Fucking old guy.
I thought the entire time it was Fat Old Guy.
That's what I thought. I really did. I thought it was fat
now
old guy too.
You're literally a Fog Dad. Easy, Pops.
I'm a Fog Dad regardless.
Fat old guy. That's good. I got to remember
I'm just a fog.
You know,
Pops.
They would always try to clean up, say, fine old gentleman. And in reality, he's fucking old guy.
Yeah, well, no, that's not necessarily true. Pops, who are you rooting for?
Yeah, now that we're here,
Kelce.
who are you rooting for?
Who are you rooting for?
Okay.
Kelce.
Okay, but There's 2 teams, so
We'll be here
gotta
all
pick
day
somebody.
well, then we're going to be here a long time while you try and get that.
All right, we're in a battle to the death. One of us has to survive. Who are you rooting for?
Both of you. I don't.
Both of us?
I don't. I'm going to go.
both of us
I'm
to
gonna go-
fucking die?
No,
both of us to
you,
die.
Both of you to win. I'm going to go the Captain Kirk route.
The Captain
I don't
Kirk?
believe in no-win situations.
Gosh, that's good.
That's
pretty
from
good.
Star Trek. James C. Yeah, okay.
No, I
Yeah,
know.
no, way over my head for sure.
Yeah, I know. Go on.
Jason's going to lie to you and say he knows what he's talking about.
Well, I know who Captain Kirk is. I don't remember the specific situation we're
Oh,
talking about here.
this is from like 1967.
Yeah, Jason, you don't know.
This is from the TV show. This isn't from
All I'm
the
saying
movies.
is I know. Yeah, I'm not a Trekkie. Do you know what a Trekkie is, Trev?
Trekkie? Mm-hmm. I would say the cult that follows Star Wars.
Oh,
Star
don't
Trek.
get
Star
Star
Trek.
Wars and
Exactly.
Star Trek
See?
mixed
Look
up.
at this guy. He's all over the place.
Let me put my glasses on.
All right, next question.
Boss, thank you for getting us to move on. We know a lot of the media has been at you to get you to talk about the Kelce Bowl that is to come. So let's get these out of the way.
Okay, go.
We've already asked you who the favorite is, and you said me, which I love you for that. But who are you talking to first after the game? The winner or the loser?
Probably the loser.
You have any reason for that, or?
Somebody's going to feel pretty crummy,
Yeah.
and I want to be with them initially.
Yeah, Trav said that, Mom can't lose. But actually, Mom is going to lose, and you're going to lose, right? There's going to be a winning and a
No.
losing? No?
No, one of you guys are going to lose.
So you're not going to lose with one of us? You're
No,
only going with the winner?
I have already won, dude.
You've won what?
I'm on the most popular podcast in sports with my
That's
son.
right. Number one sports podcast in the world.
I've already fucking won, okay? All the rest of this is just window dressing, all right? You're never going to get the answer you want if we're going to talk about winning and losing the Super Bowl.
All right. Well, Mom said we're bad losers. Is that true?
I think you both take it to heart. I don't think you're bad losers. I think you feel for each teammate. I think regardless of your performance on the field, which is generally stellar, you come off of a loss, and the first person you're blaming yourselves.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that makes us proud.
Yeah.
That you recognize that this is
You instilled it. I know you instilled it in me. I'm sure Jason has stories like this, but I remember growing up, always whenever I had a great game, it was a good game, but you could do better.
yeah.
It was
there's
always taking it up a notch. I remember feeling like I had the best game of my life, hit a home run to win the game or something like that, and it was exciting, but those first 2 at bats, you got to lock in, son.
Can't hit it if you don't see it. Yeah. Well, the biggest room is a room for improvement.
Right on, brother.
I also remember doing really well in a game. Like, Dad, didn't I do good? And you're like, stop seeking praise. I forget what exactly you said, but you're not a fan of
Validation.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you doing that, but I don't know why I added that, but it felt like
Did you know there's a petition to get Mom to do the coin flip? Have you heard about this?
I've heard rumors.
It's nationwide.
Well, good. Run her out there, flip the coin.
Do you think Mom can flip a coin?
I was about to say something.
This is you got a better chance to get me to pick a winner than to enter this conversation.
Well said. Well said. Jason, take us to our next one.
All right, we're going to talk growing up, Dad.
I fully intend to.
Okay, let's talk about you growing up. Where you from? Family background. Let's just give like a quick high-level overview of Ed Kelce's life.
The oldest of 2 children, grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, neighborhood called Collinwood, which was home to the Collinwood Railroaders. And they were railroaders because this was a huge rail yard where traffic between Chicago and New York, Mobile and Detroit all passed through Cleveland and those yards.
Yeah.
Blue collar town, blue collar part of Cleveland. Great neighborhood. It was a lot of fun.
Went to one of the biggest high schools in Northeast Ohio at the time, St. Joe's, and also had a year in college, right?
I probably had a year in credits. It wasn't all 1 year in college.
Okay.
And
Right
what
on.
college?
I did a quarter and a half at Ohio State.
The Ohio State?
The Ohio State, yeah.
Dad was a Buckeye, man.
Ran out of money, had to come home. Among some other problems that we're not going to divulge here. Went to Tri-C for, I think I've got someplace around a year and a half of credits, someplace between Ohio State, Cleveland State University, and Tri-C.
What did you do after college?
Well, you know, I started out working in a lab in a foundry. That is, rather than actually working in the production of the steel castings,
Yep.
I would be taking samples and taking them back to the lab and analyzing them. Of course, you know, we didn't have the machines they've got now to do. Whatever you did was wet chemistry. So you'd have, you know, if you're gonna test a particular heat of steel, you might have 30 different beakers with little bits that you're dissolving, and you're going to put different reagents in there and see how it reacts and all that. So started out at that. They started doing some physical testing of steels, things like that.
The steel mill. That's where you ended up for the most part of our life. The steel mill was where you worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where'd you meet Mom?
Time out. Weren't you in the Coast Guard? Didn't you do the Coast Guard?
Well, I did the Coast Guard. I tried to join. First, I tried to join the Marines.
They didn't let you in?
No, because of my knees.
What
They
was wrong
wouldn't
with your
let me in
knees?
because, well, I had the cartilage taken out
New
of my
knees.
New
Yeah.
knees.
New knees, had the cartilage taken out of my left knee.
And that was when you were playing high school football, right?
That was high school football. And they said, no, we're not doing this. Then I went to the Army and tried to enlist in the Army. Now you got to remember, everybody in my family prior to me was in the service. I mean, but we're also talking about everybody in my family lived through World War II.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what everybody did because of
That was the
because of the
background.
big one. Yeah,
Sure.
I got a little pissed off actually at the recruiter's office with the Army because I told you got people going to Canada to keep from getting drafted, and I'm here offering to come in, and I had some grizzled old sergeant just chew me out about what am I going to tell the mother of the guy that dies trying to carry your big ass out of there because you can't walk. A legitimate point he had.
Fair point.
Fair point.
And he says, you want to serve your country, you want to be in the service, you could try the Navy or Coast Guard. I'd recommend the Coast Guard. The Navy's going to give you shit about your knees too, about your knee. There was only the left knee at that point.
Yeah.
And I enlisted in the Coast Guard, and the crones reared up. I'd never had that before.
Yeah.
And I was sick. I went through most of the basic training with some severe gastrointestinal
This entire time, I
issues.
thought you flanked your way out of it.
Well, I didn't serve.
I thought
okay?
I got the flanking from you.
No. If you're sick, they don't need sick people in the service. They need people that are ready to perform.
I do remember they taught you one thing really well. You were the best floater I've ever seen in a body.
You did know how to float.
I mean, was it not impressive?
I couldn't
I
even-
still don't know how you did that. It was like flat as a board, everything up on top of the water.
Well,
talking
not
about-
everything. What you actually did was you take a deep breath and you just let your arms and your legs hang down. And no, you don't. You have your arms in front of your legs are hanging down.
Yeah.
And when you have to take a breath again,
Yeah.
you kick your legs, push your hands down,
Yep.
and you rise up, take a breath, and go back down.
Yeah.
To get through basic training, you had to do that for an hour.
An hour.
What?
And
Lots- lot
there
of
are
floating.
reports of people doing that.
Are you in
hours
the ocean
on
or in a
end.
pool?
No, we were doing it in the pool. But I mean, the training is because that's what you do in the ocean. If you're dumped in the water and you don't have a life vest,
Yeah.
you do drown. It was called drown proofing is what it was called.
How long could you do that for, you think?
I don't know.
You made it at least an hour, though.
No, I didn't do a whole hour because I didn't get that far along in the training. I probably did probably did 20 minutes, 10, 20 minutes, something like that.
Well, I think you would have passed.
They didn't send you out there to do that for an hour right off the bat. You had to do a few times. You had to perfect the process.
Growing up, I thought you were the most least dense man that I had ever met in my life because you were just rising. You were just sitting right there at the top the entire time. It was impressive. Where did you meet Mom? That's what we're getting.
Fagans,
baby.
Fagans was not around you. Yeah. Fagans was one of only maybe 2 or 3 bars on the east bank of the flats at that time. Everything else down there was all there was Samsel Marine Supply. There were manufacturing companies, small mom and pops doing either metal work of some sort or putting together things, and they were all there to service the freighters.
The flats, everybody can do their history on the flats. We got to get back to Mom. So Mom actually told us that you stole her from her date that night. You swooped her up. She was supposed to go to a play at Playhouse Square and see Chicago with another guy. And you told her, screw that bum. Let's make some NFL babies.
I don't actually remember that. Okay.
Do you remember your pickup line? Do you remember your pickup line? She said,
"Hey, how you doing?" You got to realize I'm coming there out of a shop that I worked at in the flats where I made ceramic fired pieces for the steel industry.
Yeah.
I'm
inhaling chemicals.
Yep.
I'm in coveralls that are covered with cement and stuff. And,
so fucking strong working man. That's what you came in there looking like.
That's what she got. She was talking about. Yeah, she was talking about the pickup line. That's what got her.
And we started talking, and I didn't have a car, and I needed a ride home. She gave me a ride home, and she came in. I told her, "Well, hang on, wait till I change."
Oh, this is a ride home? That's all?
Yeah, she gave me a ride back. That's why I was living with Greg and Bill. But yeah, she gave me a ride home, took a quick shower, and cleaned up, and we went out to a bar over in Cedar Center called the No Name.
The No Name. Classic.
The No Name.
Name for a bar.
No Name.
Clever.
No Name kicked up and did lots of business about 11:30 every night because bars in Cleveland Heights closed at 11.
Oh, nice.
Bars in Cleveland Heights and University Heights closed at 11, and the No Name was in South Euclid.
Ooh.
And so 11:30, 12 o'clock, you got everybody went to the No Name.
That's just
the place would be dead. The place would be dead until 11 o'clock, and then boom. Yeah.
Well, smart business model there.
Sounds like a true American love story.
Well, speaking of Cleveland Heights, we've talked about growing up in Cleveland Heights and mostly all the damage we did to the house. How would you describe raising both of us?
Fun. Yeah. No panic, man. It was a riot. Right? Yeah.
What did you? Yeah, I mean, you made us a mini stick arena in the basement out of plywood and carpeting on top of cement, which I don't know how we were able to do that.
And the cement was so bad.
Yeah,
so bad. Well, you got to remember the carpeting was that thick rope sisal carpeting.
Oh, I remember.
Which is kind of rough when it scrapes your skin, but it's a good pad between the concrete.
It was a thick
and the
carpet.
bones.
Yeah, exactly.
When you built the mini stick arena, how heavy duty did that thing need to be built?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I cut the boards and just found ways to prop them up. Yeah. If I would have, for instance, I could have.
Did you have to get architectural drawings?
I put 2x4. No, fuck no. I just kind of take 4x8 sheets and rip them in half. I had toyed with the idea of taking 2x4s as backing, is to hold them all together, to keep them more rigid. But then you're talking about something that's not going to be allowed to give to. Yeah. And I really wasn't too concerned about you two.
It's not realistic.
But I also knew there were going to be a boatload of kids down there that I don't want somebody else getting hurt.
Did you think about splinters?
No.
Because I got a fuck ton of those.
Yeah, all got them. Yeah. I mean, I knew they were coming, but...
It's good for the immune system. Got to build up the immunities.
Good point. Big immune system guy.
I actually expected that thing to be destroyed like in the first couple of weeks.
It lasted.
Bones would get broken.
Years.
It's lasted a couple of years, yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. We had the sports complex outside too, though. Don't you? Let's not. We used the house and the garage as backstops, or
we
part of
did
the rules of the game.
When you got fired up in hockey, we did the thing. I made a PVC goal, and then through a badminton net, weaved that around that, and so you guys could shoot, outside on the driveway, shoot pucks at the goal, and you would miss the goal, and we have these indentations in the garage doors all over the place. Then we would turn it around, and there go the windows in the basement. Boom, boom, boom.
Had more dents than a Pro V1.
Yeah.
What
And we can't forget We can't forget hand baseball.
Yeah, I was about to say, that was
so
the best.
big.
Yeah.
That was so big. That was so much fun.
What were the rules of hand baseball?
The rules of hand baseball were
It's like kickball rules.
yeah, like kickball. Yeah, you hit the ball with your hand, and if you field the ball and can hit him before he gets with the ball before he gets to first base, he's out.
Yeah.
If you can hit him anytime you've got the ball, if you can hit him when you're not on base, he's out.
Right. And if you hit the house, it was below a certain amount. Well, was the house a home run, or was it above a certain height was a home run?
No, if you nailed the house, it was a home run.
Yeah. Gotcha. We didn't start playing the levels until we got the wiffle ball, and we started playing wiffle ball.
And because we were playing with rolled up socks, if you remember.
I do not remember that.
I remember that a little bit.
Rolled up socks.
We did hacky sacks, but the hacky sacks, every shot was a home run with you two.
Oh, okay.
So I started just rolling up socks
Big home run
and doing
guy.
that because it wouldn't go that far.
Nice.
All right now.
Made it a little bit harder.
But it was great exercise. I will never remember. I'll never forget, excuse me. Uncle Don comes over, and of course he lived in Parma Heights. And he comes over, and he's going to play hand baseball with us. And he played, and we have a great time. And the next day he calls it, he can't move. His arms, his shoulders, his legs. And it really was a good workout. I mean, for an adult, because you're doing a lot of quick twitch moves.
Yeah.
It's almost like a continual cone drill.
All right, Pop. You just got done talking about handball and all these things. What made you get Travis and I in sports? Why were sports so important?
Well, I didn't get you and Travis into sports, and sports weren't all that important as such. Mm-hmm. It was more of a natural progression of what you guys wanted to do.
So,
my thoughts always
as a kid, though, you don't really know about sport. Like, what was the first thing we did was T-ball or soccer?
The first thing you did was you were a toddler on the living room floor, and you rolled a ball to me, I rolled it back, and we played that way. And that's where it all started, and this is where we're at today. Okay.
So at what point did you sign us up for T-ball or soccer?
First opportunity.
And
5 years old for T-ball.
Did you coach immediately with T-ball? Because I know you are a coach in youth baseball.
No, I T-ball was hard when we were on the west side over North Ridgeville.
Yeah.
No,
it
was.
I get it.
There were a lot of people wanted to be coaches.
It's more like
and that was
daycare
fine with me. I'm not, I'm just, we just have fun. You know what I mean?
I do remember you giving me.
Heights.
I do remember you giving me one piece of coaching advice in T-ball, which was you pulled me aside and you said, Jason, none of these kids can throw and catch. After you hit the ball, just keep running. And I had 4 in the park home runs, and I was like, man, this guy's a genius.
Yeah. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why other parents didn't do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Nobody took it that serious. Nobody was like, how can I get my son up?
I don't want a home run. Don't stop running.
Oh, my gosh.
Legendary, man.
So you didn't coach us in T-ball. When did you start coaching us?
I did coach. I coached Travis in T-ball
In the Heights.
because I was in the Heights.
Gotcha.
And did that. And that same time I did that, you were in coach pitch.
Yeah.
At Heights, and it wasn't a Heights youth program. It was run by the school actually. Community services.
That wasn't a Heights program though.
It was in the Heights, and it was Heights Community Services, but it wasn't Heights Rec.
Gotcha. So it wasn't up at Forest Hills.
And and this was all, touchy-feely,
Oh yeah, touchy-feely.
You know,
It's,
like
it's Coach
I
Pitch
help.
baseball. What are you talking about, touchy-feely? Like,
Well,
you can't get much more touchy-feely than Coach Pitch baseball.
I went out to pitch one time and I threw it overhand, and there were parents there who objected to overhand pitch.
Gotcha.
I have to throw it. Everybody has to get it underhand.
Everybody
And,
has to go underhand.
Yeah, and that's when we.
And you were like, all right, this is not the level of baseball that I want our kids going. So
Yeah, and I mean,
we went over to community service.
I throw stuff underhand to you, all right? Mm-hmm. And everything is a line shot where you got little kids scared to death,
Okay.
every time you come up.
So is that a safety?
So is that a safety? And it's just, well, I'm about to say stuff I can't, so
You're never
Yeah,
gonna.
no, that's cool.
You're never
So
gonna.
we
You're
did
never gonna
what we
hit
did
pitch
with-
underhand. Yeah.
we, and at that time, Heights Youth Baseball had just consolidated, like, they had like 3 different programs going on at the same time. That is between travel teams, and there were 2 now, like a little league organization, and I forget what the other one was called. And they had just consolidated everything. And Vince Johnson, I kept telling him, look, I gotta just put this kid in kid pitch. He'll be fine. And he said, I can't do it. He says, everybody's going to want to do that. And I said, all right. So we took Jason we went to South Euclid to
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you played 1 year of kid pitch in South Euclid when you were 7 years old.
Yeah.
Denison,
Yeah,
though, right?
7 or 8. Yeah, a lot of them at Denison. It was, the coach was a great guy. You remember you had the hockey coach your first year.
Yes.
Joe talked to the coach that his son played with. And she said,
Yes.
yeah, just come on out here. And so we went out there, and you had a great time. It was fun, and you did well. You weren't. I didn't like you being either one of you guys, but it really started mostly with Jason. I didn't like you being on a team where you were the stud. Okay, I wanted you to be on a team where you got to work harder to play up at the level everybody else is.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
And we did that. Then the following year, you were eligible for Heights Youth Baseball.
And that's when you started coaching.
That, yes.
Okay.
Ron, I had told
to
Larry, I had coached the T-ball with Travis. Actually, that same year, I coached T-ball with Travis.
Just not Coach Pitch.
Yeah. Youth baseball.
Yeah.
Community baseball. I was, and as much as I was in the winter, and as much as anybody else, I had very specific rules for the team.
Yeah.
You would go from the infield 1 inning to the outfield the next inning to the bench the next inning, and then repeat.
Yeah.
That way, every kid played equally. Every kid would be exposed to more positions. Cost us a few games, maybe. Now, those were my rules.
We love that, though. We do love that. And I'll tell you what, I remember playing for you, and it was the year that I played both travel ball and community ball, because you were coaching community ball when we were in college still. Like, you never stopped.
Yeah,
really
a few
coaching.
guys left home. Well, I didn't seek it. It was just, I got a call from Larry Shaw.
Yeah.
He said, I need some coach. I need a coach. Can you help me out? And that was going to be a coach pitch.
Yep.
And I did that, and I did that. I coached for 6 years, and I had kept the kids. I didn't try to build a powerhouse team or anything, but the kids I coached the first year, their parents come back next year, they want to play for the same guy. Because we did this thing. You played every position.
Yep.
Everybody played equal.
Well, how'd you do the lineup? The lineup was cool how you did that too.
Yeah, well, that was just basically print out a spreadsheet and put everybody's name in there, and it would just the first 9 names or 10 names.
Microsoft Excel.
Were on the field.
It works for lineups too.
5 or 6 in the infield, 4 in the outfield.
I thought you used to say you did the lineup based on who showed up to the field first.
Well, that's batting order.
Is that not what a
That's
lineup
the
is?
That's the lineup.
No, well, okay, lineup. I did a batting order according to who showed up.
Yeah.
I said, I'm there in a half hour. When I get there a half hour before the game, I'm going to start doing the lineup. I was actually there an hour before the game.
Yeah.
But at a half hour...
Did you tell parents? Did you tell parents?
Everybody. I had a printout at the beginning of the year that made it very
pamphlet?
clear. Yeah, no, just a one-page
Big pamphlet
printout.
guy. Yep.
We're going to do this with playing time. We're going to do this with positioning. Ask for volunteers for snack shit, stuff like that. But I said the batting order will be when they show up. So if you bring your kid at 2 minutes before game time every week, don't come to me because he's batting last.
So if the best hitter showed up last, he was 9?
He was batting last.
It's terrible coaching, Pop. That's not good coaching.
I'm not going to lie. I would have definitely been in the bottom of that lineup. I am not punctual at all.
This wasn't
punctual.
This wasn't the kid's fault. This was the parents' fault.
Well, they also probably
they don't
were,
have bikes? They don't have bikes? They can't go to the field on their own?
Dad,
What are you talking about? They got bikes.
Let's keep it moving.
You can't be making accusations at parents. All right. What sport did you play growing up?
Mostly baseball and football. There was CYO basketball, but that was at a pretty basic level.
And we just touched on that. You tore your knee out your senior year of high school, and then you decided to play rugby after with a bum knee.
Well, I saw rugby when I was at Ohio State. I saw rugby.
Yeah,
and I thought that's pretty cool. Then when I came back home after getting out of Ohio State, I ran into some guys at the No Name that were rugby players. And
the No Name coming up a lot.
Yeah, ended up going to a practice. Actually, went to a game first, and the rugby games were awesome. They were out in the Metro Parks. We had an agreement with the Metro Parks. We had a field we could use. They cut it for us.
Nice.
We lined it, put up goalposts,
and you tore your
lined
other
cars
knee.
on both sides. That's how I did the other knee.
And so, can you definitively say which sport is tougher? Which players are tougher, football or rugby players? They don't wear pads in rugby, Dad.
I know, but they don't block. They don't block.
They don't block?
You're not allowed to block in rugby?
No, you're not allowed to. You play the ball. You do not play the man. You play the ball.
What's a scrum? A scrum isn't...
Scrum is
The
blocking.
scrum is not blocking. No,
It's basically
scrum
a
is-
quarterback sneak.
No, the scrum is you have 9 guys on either side of the, or not 3, 5, 7 guys, 8 guys on both sides of the ball that are locked together, and they roll the ball in the middle.
Yeah,
And
but
you
they
try to
don't.
push
They
the other guy.
cheat. They cheat.
They
roll
do.
the
Yeah,
ball.
They roll it a little.
But they do that, and the idea is you push these guys back and forth until the ball comes out the back.
Were you in the scrum or were you in?
I was second row. So there's the guy in the middle called a hooker in the front row. Then there's 2 guys that are front row props.
Okay,
Then there's 2 guys second row,
sure.
and then there's 3 guys behind them.
Okay.
Nice.
And that's a typical. That's
That's
scrum.
how it goes. So football players are tougher?
I think you get a lot more high collision,
Basically, because...
high speed collisions in football. I mean, you've got pads. You think you're not going to get hurt. You're running faster. Your guys are getting blocked.
So basically, you're
You got to
saying...
remember, in rugby, if you're going to come out full blast and lay somebody out,
It's going to hurt you.
You ain't got pads either. Right?
Fair enough.
And worst of all is you're missing an opportunity to grab the ball. You tackle a guy, as soon as he hits the ground, he's got to let go of the ball.
Okay.
All right. And so you're at that point you're jockeying for position. Mm-hmm. I mean, the ball is a constant line of scrimmage moving, and you're not allowed to go past it unless you have possession of it.
Wow. See, I'm
Okay.
learning everything right now.
And
You know
that's,
who's a rugby...
you see when these guys, Jordan, awesome.
Yeah, Jordan Malata. Yep.
Yeah.
What?
I was going to say Juju Smith-Schuster, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he grew up playing rugby out
Where
in
at?
Cali, I believe. Out in Cali.
California was huge with rugby. So was Texas.
Right
The
on.
teams I played for in Cleveland were pretty
New Zealand?
good.
Basically, Dad, what you're saying is that Jason wouldn't have been good at rugby because he's a blocker, and
I'm not
I would be
saying-
really good at rugby because you don't have to block.
Yeah.
Jason
Or
would have
hit.
been. Jason would have.
I could just flank the entire fucking game.
Actually, I
That's
think
all I'm doing.
there's legitimately a position called the flanker.
Well, the flanker
Well,
is a wide receiver.
No, maybe in football. In rugby, you have wings. You The two guys at the end of the scrum on the outside, on the back, are called the wing forwards. Those are generally your fastest big men. All right, the two wings, the 8-man, 2 seconds, 2 props, and a hooker, that group is called the pack, which is like the offensive line. And they basically hunt together. Nice. Jason would have been awesome at rugby
at a scrum
because of his attitude. And not only that, if a guy's running with the ball, if you can tackle him, that's fine. Well, what's better is when you go up there and you take that ball from him.
Well, and let's also be honest. Why I'd be good at rugby is because I like to drink beer, and I think that's pretty much the reason.
That's the only reason. It's the only reason why Dad really won. He met the team at the bar, and then after every single game. After every single game.
After fail, you tap the keg. That's right.
How do I know when you guys are coming to the no name? You do it after every rugby game if you just go right from the rugby field.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to this. So we've credited Mom very frequently with our athletic genes. Is this a fair accreditation?
Yes, absolutely. There's science to back that up.
There's science?
That's what I've been told. Now, have I done the research? No. But the thing is,
you're saying you
get your athletic ability probably from your mother.
Okay.
You don't think it's because
you don't think you had any? If we got it, if we could have gotten it from you, would you have offered athletic ability?
I mean, Sorry, Mr. Kelce, I don't understand the question.
Speaking of Mom, you're divorced, and we asked Mom this question: how much do you hate Mom?
Not at all.
Gosh, both of them are liars. They're just absolute. No, we're kidding. No. We know you guys don't hate each other.
That's one of those questions where you give a short, quick answer to the point and shut the fuck up.
Okay, all right. That did not go as planned.
I've also learned great things from Ed Kelce. Shutting the fuck up is one of them.
We know you don't hate her because you still remind us to call her all the time. You still remind us to reach out to her on her birthday. For a divorced couple, boy, you two sure do care about each other still.
Well, certainly, I would want nothing but happiness for your mother.
Yeah. So you don't regret marrying her at all? You're happy about that? We've told the story in the show about you taking a second job around Christmas in order to pay for gifts. Mm-hmm. Was it actually to pay for gifts, or was it just for free candy? Let's set the record straight.
I didn't know anything about candy.
I
didn't know
nothing about candy.
You were working at a candy store, Dad.
Well, I didn't know.
That was your product.
It wasn't a candy store. It was a candy kiosk, which probably less oversight on a candy kiosk.
Yes.
You got to know more about candy to work at the kiosk.
No, I didn't. I actually knew nothing about it. I went looking for a job. Yeah. There's an ad in the paper for part-time seasonal work. Mm-hmm. Typically, if you're working in the steel industry in the sales of operational products, or any of the installations, even if you're just a service guy, things slow down right around Thanksgiving till after the first of the year.
Yeah.
They're avoiding buying anything until they get into a new fiscal year.
Yeah.
And guys don't want to be bothered. Just go. You show up with, my big thing was, honey baked ham. I show up with honey baked ham certificates given to these guys, and I get thank you cards from their wives.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty. I would do that. So I had time. Mm-hmm. And looking for something part-time. The first year was because the iPods had just come out.
Oh, yeah.
You guys wanted iPods, and you wanted those ridiculously expensive carbon fiber hockey sticks.
Hockey sticks, yeah.
Easton.
Yeah. The single
Synergy.
Synergy sticks.
And so I needed to get a part-time job for that, and it paid good. It paid a good hourly wage.
So why did you do that? Why was making Christmas special so important to you?
I had 2 kids that I was crazy about.
Yeah.
I don't know what else,
Yeah. That's a good answer. I think that's a solid answer.
I don't think I'm unique in that or anything else. Plus, and it was more than just buying those gifts. It brought in some more cash around the holidays for all of us.
That's fair. We always bring up how you have new niece, You have.
Yes, new knees.
New knees.
She was just going to ask you to hit a new knees for us, so thank you. Right on cue. How did you get these new knees? How did it? What was the?
You went to the doctor and got new knees. What do you mean?
Well,
That's a good point.
talked to a primary care guy.
We don't need this whole story.
All right, my bad. Wrong question.
Are artificial knees better than actual knees?
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
They're not. I see you moving around the garden. You look a whole lot better.
Well, yeah, but if I hadn't torn, you got to realize that while I had surgery that took me out of sports in high school,
Yeah.
that would be a bump in the road for a high school player now.
Yeah.
Okay, because they would the scar. First of all, they don't go in, and nobody goes in and takes the entire cartilage out anymore.
Yeah, no, that's a bad idea.
They go in, they shave off the frayed edges, and they take out the bad stuff, and they do stuff to increase the blood flow so it heals. So, I mean, they're doing all that arthroscopically, where they're just going in with like little needles and cameras and shit.
Sure.
Yeah,
Right?
I know.
I had a
far
scar
too
that
well.
long. Scars that long.
What do what do artificial knees feel like?
They're I don't know that they feel any different than an
feel
actual.
new.
The natural knee?
They certainly can move a lot better.
Got some loosey goosiness to them.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, it's a little tight, and truth be told, I haven't followed up as well as I should have.
No.
Damn it,
physical
Dad.
therapy.
What?
Damn it.
But I'll tell you, Cole, my best story about the new knees
Yeah. What's the best one?
is last year was the first year it really got on airplanes to come and see you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, because the pandemic year, nothing, and that's really the year that I had the knees replaced.
Yep.
I go to the airport in Philly, or in Cleveland, I'm ready to take off, or in Philly, and I'm looking at, I'm at gate 23, son of a bitch. I'm looking around, see if there's somebody with a golf cart I can get a ride from.
Yeah.
Nobody there, so I start to walk, and it hits me. Oh, this ain't no big deal anymore.
I can walk again.
I can do this. This is okay.
Did you have an issue with the metal detector?
Yeah.
Right. I guess
Yeah.
now it's not metal detectors anymore. It's like the spinning
Well,
thing.
if you go through the metal detector, you can't continue. You have to go through the, you go in the one where you put your hands above your head and it spins around. Mm-hmm. It's like a 3D picture of any metal.
Oh, really?
They can look and they can actually, if you have any kind of medical implants, you have to go through that. You can't go through the thing where you just walk through.
Got it.
Well, now we know. I'll tell you what, Dad. I tell everybody that Jason is Ed Kelce 2.0. You guys are literally mirror images of each other, and I love every bit of it. Do you agree? Do you see more in Jason of yourself than you do in me? Am I spot on with this?
Oh, hell no. And you're not the first one to mention it, there are mannerisms, tone, speech things, the way we talk and address people and stuff that are very similar between me and Jason.
Oh yeah.
But as far as do I see more of myself in Jason than you? No, in some ways it might be the other way.
Whoa. In what ways specifically?
Well, I don't. No, I'm not going into that.
We all were thinking it.
Because he sees
We're
the
all
negative
thinking it.
things. He
I
sees
know
the
that.
negative
He
things.
saying he
No,
can't read.
no.
He's very poor with money.
Dad's a great
but-
reader. What are we talking about?
What?
We're not,
Oh no, I thought it was
we're
just.
No, we're not going there.
All right.
Next question.
Trav, come on. You got this next one.
Now I want to know what you see in me that you see in yourself.
Travis,
when
this is
did
all the things you
feel
need
the
to fix.
When did you feel like the NFL might be actual reality for me and Jason? Did you ever think about steering us in a different direction, or when we?
Well, I was never going to steer you any place. I was just, my thoughts were always, my job is to help you find a passion and then feed that passion. Now, your passion, both of you guys, was sports. But it would have been the same thing. It would have been music, dance, art, whatever. Whatever you want to do, I'm there, but you're doing something, goddammit.
Yeah.
And as far as the NFL, it was very apparent to me when you were in high school there was something outrageously special about both of you. Maybe even middle school. And I'm not alone in that
puberty.
regard. Yeah.
We're bigger than everybody.
Might have been the size.
just
Was it
were
the?
bigger.
No, okay.
By the time puberty hit, you've been playing hockey for 3 or 4 years each.
Right.
Hockey was such a huge influence.
Yeah.
And taught you so much about team sports that translates over, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, whatever you're going, lacrosse, whatever you're playing, you're using those skills. And I don't necessarily mean the physical skills. I'm talking more of the mental aspect. Hockey, they're going to skate, do something very uncomfortable, unorthodox, move across ice on skates. At the same time, you got to stick, you keep on the ice, you got to puck, you can't look at it, and you got to keep skating. And at the same time, you're looking at a rotation on that ice of where players are going and to know where you're going to go.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you when it really hit me about how much the exposure that you guys had to multiple sports impacted everything was Travis's summer of you're off the team when he played baseball.
Yeah. The only time I've ever gotten cut in my life. Well, I got cut in college too, but.
And I watch him go up to the plate and start looking around, everything going on, looking at the coach, seeing all these signs, and the next swing, the ball went where it should have gone. Hit behind the runner advanced, and I see him on second base. He's looking all around where everything is, catching signs back and forth. And I'm thinking, what we're seeing here is the culmination of a lifetime, albeit a brief lifetime, but a lifetime of playing multiple sports and understanding team games and how you need to interact to make your teams better. And it's the same skills, the same mindset that sees that field like that is the same mindset that you have when you go out on the football field. When Jason was playing lacrosse, it was the same thing. And I think that is what made a difference. Now, at that point, by then, everybody knew you were going to be in the NFL. I had a pretty good indication this was going to happen.
You just got kicked off the team,
I wasn't even playing
both
football.
Both of you guys, but
it's a foregone conclusion at that point?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I just switched positions and I looked like Draymond Green trying to run routes. What do you mean?
It was. Really was speaking more about it that time. I knew it was a foregone conclusion with Jason, but.
And you knew I knew how to follow footsteps.
And you knew Travis was more athletic than me. So if Jason's going, Travis is going. All right. If we wouldn't have gone into the NFL, Pop, what do you think we would both be doing? To be honest, we don't know the answer to this question, so I doubt you're going to know the answer.
You would be doing something with sports.
So do you think Travis would be in the NBA?
Well, no, I'm not even going there. Don't try to drag me into that.
It's just a question. I'm not dragging you into anything. There's no agenda behind that question.
Could Travis have played in the NBA? Yes. But
could he?
Knew it.
But
what position did he play?
You want to let me finish? Can I finish?
Sure.
All right. There would have been no baseball, no football. It would have been nothing but basketball because everybody that's in the NBA plays nothing but baskall.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Everybody in Major League Baseball plays nothing but baseball. And if you're not playing, and you have to because every other player out there is doing the same thing. That's what they're doing.
Same with hockey, too. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, and hockey's even worse. You play good.
Oh, gotcha. What advice would you give parents listening whose kids might have aspirations of going into the NFL?
Depending on the age. And it's hard to say kids got aspirations for the NFL when he's 6, 7 years old.
Yeah, I mean,
I would move away from the about aspirations for the NFL.
Yeah.
And I would say I would advise parents who want to feed that passion that their child has for athletics. Mm-hmm. And the most, again, you sound like a broken record here. Put them on ice. That would be the first thing. Put them on ice. Get
You
them
really
started
think
playing.
hockey is the main way to get to the NFL?
No, I think hockey is the main way for you to understand team sports and develop conditioning and team play.
All right.
And learn skills to do things that are unorthodox.
Yeah.
I think hockey's like that. I also think soccer's like that.
Yeah, I think, yes. And baseball's
And,
kind of like that. Baseball's a little bit different, too.
Yeah, baseball's a little different, but
Well,
yeah, I mean, if the kids have the aspirations, fine. My problem is with the parents who have the aspirations and not the kids.
Well,
a good point.
you got to tell the world what you're feeding us, man.
Yeah, speaking of feeding, you just talked about feeding.
What do you feed NFL
to
kids?
grow future NFL players, what is the nutrition like for those kids growing up?
Don't lie. What is it?
I'm going to tell you, but it's not for NFL kids. It's not for anything. It's for healthy young bodies.
What's that?
Meat, protein, protein with every meal, a carb with every meal, fruit and vegetable.
Where does soda
certainly
fit?
with every dinner.
We
every
never
dinner.
got vegetables growing up. I never ate a
Yes, you
single
did.
vegetable. We ate Giorgio's oven fresh pizza every single night.
Not every night.
What do you-
Hamburger
what-
helper sometimes.
Good. No,
Hamburger helper,
go back to
Bagel
Giorgio's.
bites?
Go back to Giorgio's. Can we
Bagel
go to
bites?
Giorgio's? Want
Yeah,
to go
sure.
to Bagel Bites? What's
Yeah,
on
bagel
those?
bites. I want bagel bites. Huh?
Protein.
What's on a bagel bite?
Carbs.
What's on the
Cheese.
bagel bite?
Cheese.
What's that red stuff?
That's sauce.
Salt.
Yes, yeah. What's
It's
the
high
sauce for?
fructose
Sodium.
corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup.
It's not.
Yes, it is. I guarantee it's high
Tomato.
fructose corn
It's a vegetable. It's a
1,000%.
vegetable sauce.
Somebody pull up the nutritional ingredients of
Ladies and
bagel
gentlemen,
bites.
my
It's high
dad-
fructose corn syrup.
All right, bagel bite. You may have me on bagel bites. All right.
Let's get to the real nutrition that we had every single time, most frequently probably, besides peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, which was probably the number one thing we ate growing up.
Numero uno.
Yeah, and Sauce Gardner talked about this on Twitter and brought me back. Man, it was like it hit me in the face. Beans and weenies. I feel like that was our major dish growing up.
Howard?
You had a lot of that. I tried to vary things for dinner, so that so you didn't get tired of
Wingstop
corn,
and pizza.
pineapple, and chicken steak and mashed potatoes. And beans and wieners are another good one. I mean, there's a good vegetable there. There's some sugars there.
I was hot dogs and mac and cheese. I was hot dogs and mac and cheese. I didn't do the beans.
You were
I
huge
never
mac
did the
and
beans.
cheese. Huge mac and cheese.
I never
yeah.
did the beans. The beans were.
Where
a little
did
too
soda
much
fit
for me.
in? Where did Dr. Thunder fit into this nutritional?
Where did
Well, you didn't. You guys didn't.
Where did
drink
Squirt
soda.
fit in?
Are you out of your
What?
mind? Are you out of your mind?
What?
You
We
guys.
take it-
Well,
I used to steal your Diet Pepsi when there was no other soda left.
well, you had to steal the Diet Pepsi because I didn't want you drinking Diet Pepsi. I never
We
wanted
had
you
more
guys
soda in our
Diet
base. We had more soda in our basement than Wawa's
Under the
have in their
steps.
refrigerators.
I don't remember you guys drinking much in the way of soda.
I guarantee we remember it. I remember
Every time you
soda.
ordered, that was the deal at Giorgio. You get 2 large pizzas for
That's exactly
a free 2-liter or whatever your choice was.
Jay,
I
first of all,
get a large,
Jason-
Jason gets a large, and you get a free 2-liter.
Listen,
Yeah,
it
your
worked.
mother and I used to your mother and I fought with the dog for the crust. Yeah. Travis was much more into milk, and Jason drank a lot of water.
Yeah.
Nice. You heard it. Pizza
What-
and hockey, guys. That'll get you to the NFL right there.
What was
Pizza's a good food. Peanut butter and jelly is a great food.
I love PB&J. It's still one of my
PB and
favorites.
J's still a banger. I eat
What-
Uncrustables every single game day.
Same.
At least like 5 of them. It's
Same.
ridiculous that it's one of the snacks in the locker room
Yeah.
pregame
No,
and
it is.
in middle of the game.
Sports science.
It's so good.
What do the people listening need to know about NFL, being a parent of an NFL player?
You got anything unique that you can think of?
Oh, I don't know so much unique. I would. I'm sure people have heard the same thing from a lot of different NFL players. You gotta support them. There's absolutely nothing you can do to soothe their bruised, not just their bruised egos, but their hurt feelings, the miserable. I mean, you lose a game, you feel like shit. Now, when you're a kid, you lose a game, okay? You come home.
You get a Capri Sun at the end.
We get a movie and we go get ice cream. You know what I mean?
Get some Dr.
And
Thunder.
We're trying to
Throw it
forget
in a
about
glass.
He gives a Dr. Pepper that nobody drinks. With guys in the NFL, there's nothing you can do except you just be there.
Yeah.
How you feeling? Hopefully, that's one of the things you got to be prepared for, because you are totally powerless in that regard.
Well, I got to tell you,
The other thing you got to be very thankful that they have good friends, and you guys both have good friends, not just on the team.
I do appreciate you recognizing our friends. Growing up in Cleveland Heights, I love telling everybody about the multicultural, the difference in social class, the difference in race, and how tight-knit of a community it really is and how everybody supports each other. I got such a great understanding of a lot of different walks of life because of my upbringing, because of how much you guys accepted everyone in the community just as much as they accepted us. And I'm still close with all my friends today. I'm a big believer, and they've helped me, become who I am just as much as anybody else. So I'm glad you said that.
we got to get the Kelce family secrets. All right. Is it Kelce family secrets or is it Kelce family secrets?
Which
Why
one is
in
it,
the
Dad?
world did you change your name out of nowhere? And now we are Kelce.
I never changed my name out of nowhere.
Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Why did we think that our name was Kelce for the first how long, Trev? 24 years?
25 years.
25 years or 27 years of my life, 25 of Trev.
I got tired of correcting people.
It's a good reason to stop. Yeah, it's as good as I've heard. So you changed your entire family's name over generations.
No, I didn't change anybody's name.
Because you were tired of correcting people.
I'm not gonna lie,
And-
Kelce has a nice.
Time out though, but that doesn't explain why we thought it was Kelce. Like I could understand you got tired of correcting people, so you like whatever. Yeah. It's
All
Kelce.
right, so I'm telling everybody.
Why did we think it was Kelce?
I'm gonna say these kids
Because I never, because your mother thought it was Kelce.
Why did she think it was Kelce?
Because that was the name that I went by at work. That was my work name. All right?
There we go.
Everybody at work did that, and so I just said, fine, we'll just screw this.
Okay.
I'm going to do that. My dad would get calls or would call in to get extra work as an auxiliary cop, and he would always say, hey, this is Kelce. You got anything for me?
Got it. Should we go by Kelce or Kelce?
Do whatever you want. I did.
That's about as fair of an answer
Fucking
as
A,
I've heard.
Dad. Fucking A, man. I'm gonna go by both. How about that? Fuck it.
I'm going by Kelce. Don't call me Kelce. Another inside the Kelce household secret we got to get to is why were you trying so hard to communicate with aliens?
I had, the internet was such a great thing because suddenly I could read stuff about anything and everything. Mm-hmm. And I had come across a story about SETI, the Search for Extraterrestrial
Intelligence?
Yes. And they were,
Intelligence, right?
they were, basically, with those telescopes, you saw the movie Contact, right?
No.
Where Jodie it's
Who's
where
that?
they got the arrays, the audio telescope or dishes trying to hear stuff going on out in outer space.
So
And
these
that's
guys
basically-
saw a movie and decided to do just that?
No, they were doing this before the movie. Okay,
I got you. Okay. All right.
they've been doing this a long time. All they're doing is listening, and there's a lot of noise coming from space. A lot of noise. Now, most of it is there's a lot of white noise, a lot of stuff that is just random shit. But
It's one of the
were
reasons they think
listening,
that-
and
One of the reasons they
what
think
they
about the
were
Big Bang,
doing-
right?
I don't know. I haven't.
I think they say that. Yeah, whatever. All
But
right,
they,
cool.
Pangea.
SETI would get people that would donate their computer time where they were using the computer, because they might have, 1,000 computers hooked up in their network. Because I signed on to a network and went to bed,
Sure.
and overnight they would be using the computing power of a boatload of network computers to analyze the noise coming from space. And this is just all math calculations is what it was. And what they were looking for, they're looking for a
So every
repeat-
night, only during the night, they were recording sounds
Well,
from
they were
our...
recording sounds all along. But to take that recording, then
So
you
every
have to
time I went
analyze
into that
every-
room at night, it was recording the sounds coming out of that room?
No. It was
I'm
not.
out
They
of
were
space.
recording sounds from space. What they were doing every night, you were hearing those sounds.
As I was a
on
teenager?
Dad,
Yeah.
did they ever call you and say, hey, we're done using your computer for data because all we're getting from your computer is fucking virus after virus after virus?
No.
It's screwing
No.
up our database and
No, nothing like that. They eventually stopped because computers got so powerful so quick.
They heard too
that
many
they,
aliens.
They didn't need my computing power to analyze the math coming out of these sounds.
Gotcha. So what was the plan if you heard like somebody say, hey, I'm an alien?
did you call SETI like, yo, what the fuck was that? What was it? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? What was that? Gotta know. Did they have a log that like told you exactly what they thought it was?
There would be no, there's nothing that I ever heard, and I never questioned anybody, but there were always, every morning or every third or fourth morning, you would get an email that would tell you, well, here's what your computer did the last couple of nights, worked on this sound coming from who's it, what's it, and
Yeah.
we didn't find anybody. But,
When was the last time you stole music from the library? This is what I'm saying. You and Jason are the exact same person because Jason actually did this with our Xbox when Xbox 360 came out. The original Xbox that we had, Jason and I think it was Nolan Plunkett
Yeah, Nolan.
went
Nolan
and
was the brains behind this,
reprogrammed the Xbox so that you could actually download games onto the hard drive.
Yes.
Yeah. Burn
So
them.
Jason took your method of going and taking library CDs, but his method was go to Blockbuster and get all the video games at Blockbuster and download them onto. So we were playing games that I didn't even know we had, but we were renting for
Why are you snitching?
$25. What do you
Why
mean
you
you
snitching?
snitched on Dad?
I'm
I'm just letting everybody know you two are the same exact fucking person.
Well, talk about what Dad did wasn't illegal. His taxes paid for that. For what I did, going to Blockbuster and doing that, that's...
And I was going and getting CDs that were albums I had already purchased.
All of the, there's no chance. There's no chance you owned all those albums.
You're talking about
Oh yeah. No,
You're saying
no
at
way
some
you
point-
could have bought that much Chicago.
You're saying
there's no
some-
chance.
You're saying at some point in life you had purchased them at some point? Or you're saying you
Yes.
purchased them? Yeah, all right. Okay.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. Do you think
right, fair
aliens are on Earth right now? Are they among us?
Are they among us?
Do we
I
have
don't know.
alien DNA within us, you think?
Yeah, I would. I would think.
Who is smarter between Travis and I?
No way. No way.
No,
Step-
you already
answered
said it.
this
You've
question.
already
You've
answered
already
it.
said it.
Step-
Now just say it to the world.
I deny it.
Tell him.
I
Tell
deny
him.
it.
What?
I deny I ever said it. I'm not going
Have
there.
you changed your mind? Because you can't deny.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
You got any
You see me-
witnesses?
Wow.
Well, you're talking to two of them.
Now we got treason and liars in the Kelce family.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, my dad told Jason I was way smarter than him, and
He did. All because
He
he put
gave a
together
good
a
reason.
Lego set.
this is true. Listen, I don't need instructions. All right,
All right.
just show me the.
Just
me
show the box.
Just show me. Give me a picture. I can write my own directions, man.
All right. Let's
Dad,
get to the
I got. Before we get to the outro, I got to ask you one question. It's about the Kelce Sports Complex that we grew up in, our house. What is your favorite house wrecking story? Like the story, like breaking something in the house. One of us doing something that you had to then, when you sold it, had to fix up the house to be able to sell it. What's your favorite one?
Oh, I don't know if there's a favorite. There's so many. There was one of the things I remember the most. There are two broken window stories I will never forget. One is
Give us
Jason comes into the house with a lacrosse stick and goes to drive a shot right into the couch. Misses right out the window.
I was working on my behind the back shot.
Didn't break one. Broke the window and the sword. Everything straight through. Boom.
If you want to score, you got to throw it hard.
The other one was, and I still can't believe I fell for this hook, line, and sinker. I go up into the computer room, and the vacuum is in the computer room. And I'm thinking, and I yell for Travis because I know he's done something. And he says to me, I was eating a bag of chips up there, and I know I'm not allowed to eat by the computer. So I cleaned it up. I said, all right. Go a week later, I go to plug something to the back of the computer. There's glass everywhere.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, what the hell? Then it's like a light goes off. Glass back here, vacuum over there, open the blinds, there's no window. Right? Travis!
Good detective work right there.
Yeah. All right.
Tells you how good I was at cleaning.
What happened? Well, this gets better. Then Travis comes up and says, yeah, I broke the window. So how did you break the window? He said, well, I was trying to throw the football over the house like you did, and I missed.
No, it wasn't the football, Pops. You had
I'm getting there.
Oh, this is what I told you two lies?
This is what you told. You told me that lie, and I'm thinking, not much I can do because he's trying to mimic what I did. Because, a few weeks earlier, I'd thrown a football over the house. Remember you guys in the front yard waiting for that bomb to come down?
Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's one of our favorite things to do.
Yeah, and...
throw the football over the house.
Okay,
I can't
yell at him. Tried to throw the football over the house, hit a window. Now we fast forward. You guys are both at UC. Jason's last year in college. No, Jason maybe even be in the league, and he's come back to watch Travis his last season. And I'm telling this story about Travis throwing the football over the house, trying to mimic me. And you guys both start laughing at me. And then Travis says, no, that wasn't it either. I said, what happened? Daly and I were trying to hit golf balls over the house with baseball bats.
And I sent a fucking line drive rocket right into the computer room window, man.
This brings up a question that maybe you will answer.
But it was
who was more honest between Travis and I? Who was
you.
You'll answer that one right away, though.
Yeah, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You would, and that started at a very young age. You would tell the truth no matter what, and you got in trouble for it, but you still tell the truth. Travis would sit on the countertop with the cookie jar open, chocolate chips smeared all over his face, holding a cookie jar. They ain't cookies.
Who was a better student? Who was I would say this.
Jason.
Jason was a better student? Okay.
A better
Who
student.
was more well behaved? Who was more well behaved?
Oh, you were. Yeah, you were, but you weren't.
But this is not true though. Travis just lied about it. He was equally as bad. He just lied.
No, Jason's trouble in school was he would do something wrong and then argue with whoever was complaining at school.
That's right.
Travis would get caught doing something wrong and he, oh, I'm sorry, Miss B. I shouldn't have done that.
Sorry. Should have never did that.
Look at these puppy dog guys. I'm all over TikTok.
Don't suspend me. I ain't got nothing else, Pops. Last question. What was more memorable? Our birth, our draft day, or our first Super Bowl that we both
Your
won?
birth. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's not even close.
I mean, it's a sight. It's a lot going on there.
Yeah. The birth.
Visually, I mean, it's burned into your head.
No, and it's exciting is not necessarily something that you're looking at, but it's something you're experiencing in the birth of a child. And you know that. You know that right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to be funny. I don't know if it's working.
Pops, you got any final thoughts? Or
do you have any questions for us? We've been asking you questions the whole time. Do you have any questions for us?
No.
You don't want to know which parent we love more?
No.
I forgot to ask Mom this. this is how I know Mom loved you more, is I got Skechers and you always got
No, Jason,
the new
she got
Jordans.
those Skechers for me too. I just politely asked Mom to take those back.
That's Travis was Travis was into fashion at a very young age. Jason didn't give a shit what he had on as long as he could get out of the house.
Yeah. I used to.
What number jersey is that you got on?
What number?
This is 18.
Yeah.
I wonder who he's rooting for. I wonder who he's rooting for.
Sorry.
No, we can't see the back.
Dad,
we can't see the back.
We don't play for the name on the back. We play for the name on the front, Dad.
I like that both parents have your name on the front. Your jersey on the front. Hey, there he is.
We see it. We see the 6L. Jason
right,
wore 60 in college. I wore number 18.
What are your thoughts on bread bowls? Is Waffle House a diner?
Waffle House? No.
It's a Waffle House.
I don't know the. Sure.
No, knew it.
I am the beholder.
Knew it. That people don't understand this. My most vivid memory of you growing up was you sitting in front of the living room, whatever night it was that Jeopardy came on. It might have been every fucking night. I'm not even sure. But you would sit there and you would house about, I want to say roughly between 15 and 30 buffalo wings.
Chicken
and
wings.
You would have a half a gallon of blue cheese. And you would do this the entire time, drenched in sweat, locked in on the TV, and just rapid fire answer, and you would be sweating bullets as it's sweating. And I was like, why is he sweating? And then I grew up and I started eating wings like that, and I started sweating, and I realized it's a Kelce thing.
There you go. Yeah.
Are boneless wings chicken wings?
No.
What are they?
They're processed meat that's squeezed together in a patty.
Huh. Jeopardy answer. It's a Jeopardy answer.
Yeah, you forgot to answer it in the form of a question.
That is wrong.
Okay.
Ed Kelce, next.
What are ground up chicken lizards and guts?
They call that in Kansas City chicken spadini. Well, I got one more question for you, big guy. Is a Kelce Bowl, is one Kelce Bowl enough? Or do we need to run this thing back next year?
What are you guys talking about?
Do we need to run this thing back next year?
Why are you asking
Come on,
this
how
question?
fun was this year? We should do this again.
I hate to admit it, but I'm dreaming
You
about
hate
that.
to admit it.
I hate to admit it, but yeah, I've thought about that a lot. Gee, I hope they could do this again next year.
Man, it's been a fun ride, that's for sure. Pops, we love you.
You guys
Thank
have fun
you.
with the
Love
next
you guys. Love you guys.
And
Love you, Dad.
to everybody out there, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Jason's officially playing next year to see if we can do this again. I can't wait.
That about wraps up the very special Kelce episode edition with both of our parents of New Heights. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for both stopping by. Dad, thank you again.
Thank you guys for having us.
And thank you, Good Morning America, for featuring this episode of New Heights. How about that? Just found
All
that
right
out.
now.
Didn't know we were doing that.
Hey.
We'll be right back this Thursday with a definitive Kelce Bowl preview episode. Reminder to vote for our fan base name. We'll review the winning vote on that show. Hold on, before we do this, what should we ask him about what fan base name he likes? No, it's all right.
No? Okay.
They're going to put a poll on Twitter. That you can vote on Twitter.
I'll vote on Twitter. All right.
Which one do you like? Now I'm curious.
I'm trying to remember which.
92 percenters.
There's
You got-
4 options. 92 percenters, hooligans, newbies, or jabronis.
I'm a hooligan.
Hooligan? All right.
Hooligan.
There's Dad's opinion. Watch and subscribe on YouTube to the New Heights channel and listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcast.
How about that? We're your hosts. I'm Travis Cousins, my big brother Jason Kelce, and thank you to the 92 percenters for tuning in each and every single week. If you're not a 92 percenter, you want to be, subscribe on YouTube, 100 Plus, or wherever you get your podcast, and follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with one S for fun clips throughout the week. and we're going to have some fun ones for you today, baby. Jason, let the people know what we got coming up.
Ooh, 92%ers. We got an amazing playoff episode.
Playoffs.
I'm a little less excited. Obviously, the Philadelphia Eagles did not come out with the victory. We are going to touch on that. We're also going to recap an electric super wild card weekend outside of the Birds game. Break down a youth hockey fight, because who doesn't love doing that? Look ahead to the divisional round of the playoffs. And we're eating W's because Jameis Winston is here. Can you do that? I can't cross the two fingers.
I can't do this one
Not
right
too
now.
chunky?
I jammed my shit early on.
Well, either way, we got Jameis coming, one of the most electric guys. Let's get into the episode right now with a little bit of that new news. New news is brought to you by Hill's Pet Nutrition. That's right.
Got it.
All right, 92%ers, we've got some massive new news. All right? Massive new news. We're launching the new official destination for New Heights merch, including brand new exclusive collabs with some outstanding brands. I'm wearing this hoodie. I do got to say, I really enjoy, I'm big on texture. You know what I mean? I don't like when things feel synthetic. These feel real nice. I like the collar of this shirt.
I love this.
This Baby shirt it's heavy. It's got some girth to it, just like Vince Baby would have if he was a real person.
Where is Vince Baby at?
It's in my garage.
we got to get some more good use out of it.
Dude, I really do want to do some Baby games, giving out gold cups. I think this offseason, we got to have some fun with all this stuff. Come on.
This is also a place where you can find and shop all of our favorite stuff. We call it the Kelce Clubhouse. That's right. Kelce Clubhouse is the official home for the 92%ers. Everything New Heights, everything Kelce, all in one epic destination. And look at this right here. You got the beautiful New Heights green. What a fucking dope layout.
It's the best. I mean, listen, there's a lot of cool merch on there. There's a bunch of products, like Travis said, some of our favorite products that maybe not even associated with the show, just things that we like. You're going to see these brands on this page. But one of the things I'm really excited about this Clubhouse for is we've thought about trying to bring this show to life. Like, we do this show every week. We love that everybody tunes into this, how the fan base that we built with you guys, the 92%ers, and what are ways that we can continue to build this thing in a way that you guys have fun with it and feel engaged, whether that's creating t-shirts or things that 92%ers yourselves come up with, supporting things that this show and our fan bases encourage and like. We're just trying to figure out a way to have more fun with it. And I think you guys will really enjoy it. This is the first official launch. I got the vintage pickup truck hoodie.
I love that one, man. You already know the back of it shows the pickup truck and the license plate. It's dope, though. No, it's dope, man. It's dope.
This is what the back of it looks like. There we go. Boom.
Nice. So, we got the all right now, New Heights all right now tee. You already know. And we just we wanted to do something fun for you guys, and make it easy to go one destination for anything New Heights related. So go over there and check out the Clubhouse. That is Kelce Clubhouse, baby.
Yeah. Check it out. We got are there any boyfriend whistles for sale yet?
Do we have any whistles yet?
What about 1-hole straws or 2-hole straws?
We're brewing this thing up. All right, now.
All right, now let's talk Pro Standard. One of our first big brand collabs of the Kelce Clubhouse is Pro Standard. Jake, you got some in the merch. Why don't you come on in here, buddy? Model it off. Jake, his first modeling gig. Ooh.
Look at this. We got this hoodie is nice. This
nice.
hoodie
It is.
Nice. We got a nice wash gray look. We got the t-shirt here too. Jason, you were saying you like the textures. We got like a raised logo here.
Little bubbly. Little bubble letter.
I was wearing this earlier. It's so comfy. It's unbelievable.
Love it. Great job.
This is maybe the highest quality thing we've ever put out in the store. This collab is for the people. I love it.
They're nice. Why don't you show off that Baby shirt a little bit too?
We got the Baby. I was wearing this.
No. Stand up. I want to see a spin. I want to see a spin.
You want me to spin?
Yes.
We're not selling pants, Jason. I don't know what I'm wearing under this.
Are you just wearing underwear under this? Are you wearing a diaper right now?
What else do you wear with the Baby?
Are you dressed like the Baby?
I'm not appropriately dressed to be modeling full body. I'll put it down.
I disagree. I think you look great.
Oh, well, thank
you. All right. Well, We're also announcing our first book. That's right. Can you believe that we're publishing a book? We're authors. Who would have thought? We're authors. I don't even know if that's the correct way to say this.
We're publishers.
Yeah, we're publishers. Yeah. No Dumb Questions is now available for pre-order on the Kelce Clubhouse. We're compiling all the No Dumb Questions that you guys have helped us build throughout these wonderful 3 years of doing this show thus far, so that you guys can enjoy these with friends, people around you. I don't know, you're taking a shit, open the book. That's what I like reading. It's got all the best and funniest dumb questions we answered on the show, and it's in book for your reading pleasure. Do you remember that book that we had when we used to take shits and growing up? There was like a book that had like random facts, and I would just sit there and like get stuck. This is before you had your phones, but you would just sit there and you would get stuck on it.
I don't remember the random facts. There was always a Golf Digest and a Tom Clancy book.
Or Popular Science. Popular Science is one that Dad liked.
Popular
right?
Science was a good one,
Was it Popular Science or Popular Mechanics? Anyways, all right. Well, we don't have those, but we do have No Dumb Questions. You can pre-order it now, and you'll be one of the first to get it when it drops later this year. Yeah. Who doesn't love a No Dumb Question?
Not right now.
We have the book if you want to see it. Do you want to see it?
I mean,
yes.
Yeah, sure, we'll see it.
All right, let's see it. Ooh.
Oh, wow, this is a
hardback. Hardcover.
How about it, man?
So go check out Kelce Clubhouse at www.kelceclubhouse.com. It's live right now. We're going to be highlighting
it's up and running, baby.
Some new great stuff every week. Listen, tell us. We want this to be an interactive thing. Like you tell us what you want. Like, what are you guys interested in celebrating this show with? How can we provide for you? Yeah, we got a lot of fun collabs, new products planned. So let us know what you think.
Yeah, honestly, we're really proud of this, and it's been something that we've been working on over the past year. And
yeah, I think. Listen, we've been working on this for a while now. We've been trying to build one hub. We've heard you guys. You guys like representing the show. The 92%ers are freaking fearless and relentless in their pursuit to express their 92%erness. And this is what the shop does. And it's also going to, again, we want this to be a communication thing. We want to build this thing together. We love having the No Dumb Questions, fan mail, like all the things that you guys do.
The new collabs, and we love hearing from you guys on what you guys think. We're pumped.
Yeah.
Make sure you check out KelceClubhouse.com for new surprises every single week. And welcome to the club, 92%ers.
Hey, you.
Did you want to do a dunk update before we wrap new news?
I mean, I think it's funny. I'd like to hear. I'm genuinely curious if Travis thinks I can do it.
You look legit as fuck.
I look legit?
Yes. Look at that. You are up there. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to dunk other than you probably can't palm a basketball.
I can palm it.
I don't think you can palm a basketball.
I can palm it, but I can't contain it through a violent movement like jumping and trying to dunk a basketball. So this is my question. I can get high enough now, I feel like, using my arms as momentum. What's the technique of running and jumping with a basketball that allows me to build this?
This is why you see a lot of kids like throw the alley-oop and get it to right there by the rim, and then they just flush it. Here, looking at you palm this fucking volleyball, it's great. You can't do a basketball like that?
I can. The problem is I lose it at the top.
It's that finger, isn't it?
That finger's not helping. It's not helping me.
Isn't it?
My dead knuckle.
Damn it, man. Dude, you look explosive. It looks like you got the footwork down right. It's just, I don't think you could. And then I saw you do it at the end here.
Dude, I got my weightlifting belt on. Did you see that?
Take that fucking thing off.
Dude, I'm trying to apply more force with the belt.
So this is you lost about a foot of airtime.
That was a bad rep. We didn't show the ones that look good on there. We're trying to build suspense here, but I'm very close.
You didn't even get to the rim, Jason.
Mike didn't want to show the good one. All right, I don't know what you want me to tell you. He showed the bad one. I'll take it. The weight belt, I'm not sure if it was beneficial or not. I got all sorts of gadgets I'm going to try and use to get my fat ass up there.
A weight belt is not it.
Well, it allows you to apply more force.
No, it doesn't.
It allows you to apply more force.
I don't care what. You have to be able to use those hips to sink.
I don't know. I'm going to try a squat suit. I'm trying a squat suit this week. I'm going to get my fat ass up there.
You're not even going to touch the fucking rim.
Dude, it's like a fucking rubber band. How would I not be able to jump higher?
It's not a rubber band.
It's legitimately a giant.
It's literally restricting your hips.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm not trying to actual dribble and do functional things. I'm just trying to jump higher.
You need those things. You need those things fluid so you can fire. Right now, that's good for a standstill movement. That's not good.
What about knee sleeves? What about knee sleeves?
No, you don't need knee sleeves. God damn
my
it.
knees hurt. They might be able to provide balance. What about
get those outer hips going? That's how you save the knees, man. Get the outer hips going.
Should I take the tights off? Should I take the tights off?
No, the tights are fine. Tights aren't doing anything.
All right.
The first half of this video is very legit, though, so I'll give you your props. I think you might.
So
you're
that
close.
was the
You're
beginning
way
portion.
closer than I thought.
You thought?
Were. Yes. You bringing in all these fucking belts and fucking braces.
How high do you think I jump on the Vertec? Not just standing, just running and jumping.
Running and jumping on a Vertec?
No. I'm just talking about what height do you think I'm reaching?
I'm looking at you getting
not the vertical.
A hand length over the back, over the rim. So it looks like you're probably jumping like a 10.5, 10.6.
Dude, 10.8.
2
10.8
inches.
and a half, really.
2 inches, man.
Dude, you know how important 2 inches is. Come on now.
Create life with 2 inches.
Yeah, fuck. If I had 2 more inches, I'd be fucking... I'd basically be a porn star at that point. I mean, fucking...
All right, man. Well, so how long did it already start? Did the month start? Are we the whole
We
month
got
of
2 weeks
January?
left.
All right.
So get this.
End of January.
So January 29th, I'm dunking at a Sixers game. That's going to be the day that I'm going to try and do this.
Half, or during one of the timeouts?
I honestly, I don't know. I just know it's on the 29th. The Sixers game.
Dude, fucking, that's how you sell some fucking tickets right there.
Well, I figured I'm going to try and do this for the first time. And, we're going all in. It's either going to be maximum celebration and energy at the first time I've ever done this.
Or Philly will literally boo you off the fucking court.
Yeah, it's going to be public shame. It's going to be public shame, which I'm all in. Either way, I'm going to feel something.
Ah, man.
Anyways, that wraps up new news. New news is brought to you by Hill's Pet Nutrition.
Get into some super wild card weekend that we just experienced, and man, was it action packed. We had a bunch of fucking great matchups. Let's start off with some bold topics that are brought to you by Intuit TurboTax. That's right.
There we go.
To file those taxes. We are in getting close to the tax season, so don't forget that. You don't want nobody knocking at your door. Tell them that you owe them. So, nice. Best wild card weekend since last wild card weekend is playoff football, baby. Are you fucking kidding me? We had 4 games decided by 4 points or less. That's right. It's the NFL is tighter than it's ever been in terms of the wins losses. Don't have to get into how many one-scored games I lost this year. The 12 fourth quarter lead changes in the first 4 games set up an all-time playoff record. How about that? 12 fourth quarter lead changes. That means teams are coming up big on offensive side of the ball and going back and forth, man. And God, it does create some fucking magic, man.
It's been wild. Yeah, the fourth quarters and the lead changes have made them extra exciting at the end of them. The Bears game alone,
that's the one that stands out
blown away. I mean, it's insane.
Soldier Field getting a fucking dub, man. God damn it, dude. That place looked like it was absolutely rocking.
Are there 2 teams that hate each other right now more than the Bears and Packers?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it, dude. You know when they really hate each other is when the fucking 2 coaches. You can't hide it.
It's
you know
like
what I mean?
Palpable.
Yeah.
Like normally coaches, I'm so used to coaches. I kind of love it. I'm used to coaches like, oh no, we got a lot of respect for these guys. We don't want any bulletin board material. These guys are talking shit before the game. The handshakes in midfield is petty. I mean, this shit would look at the.
You love that shit. I knew you would love that shit.
It's so fucking. I don't even know what to say about it. It's crazy.
LaFleur's got to be fucking pissed.
The look on his face.
It's tough, dog. But the Bears have been doing what the Bears have been doing, man. They're those fourth quarter surges, and we were kind of talking with Jameis later in this episode, man. Some quarterbacks just have that ability to just fucking flip that switch, and they get into that mode of where I don't have to think about this. This is do or die. I have to throw this ball. I have to make this play. And Caleb Williams came up fucking huge. Gave us some highlights that we'll remember forever.
We should just rename him Mr. Caleb Dr. Williams or something like Mr. Williams, Dr. Caleb.
Oh, magician, Jekyll and Hyde.
What he was in the first half and what he is at certain times where it feels like he should be easier. And then all of a sudden at the end of games when it has to happen, he makes some of the most insane throws I've ever seen in my life.
It's like he just, feels like it's been like this all year. He feels it out. And then the fourth quarter comes and he's just like, all right, I know what's going on now. And he just he just shows up. And I mean, it was that fourth down where he threw the fucking off the ground, threw it going left.
Yeah.
Crazy fucking, yeah. It's either literally the game is virtually over if you don't make that because the Packers are in scoring position again already. And it's like, man.
Eagles 19, Eagles season is over. Very frustrating game and season for the Eagles.
You could tell everybody was frustrated in Philly, man. Everybody that's talking about it, everybody on that team, it just feels like they just couldn't get it clicking, man. And I know they were winning ball games, but you already know, man, when it's not clicking, you gotta find a way to get over that hump, man. It just felt like there was always something eerie about what was going on over there this year, man. And it definitely wasn't like that last year. Last year, it was fucking Saquon and the excitement. Everybody's celebrating in the end zones. We got fucking guys running downfield, running to celebrate with each other. It just felt like there was something off about that Eagles team this year. And unfortunately, it came down to the last play against the Niners, man. And shout out to Kyle Shanahan and those fucking 49ers, man. They are proving it year in, year out, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably his best. I mean, everybody's saying it now, so it's not like it's breaking news. But the coaching job Kyle Shanahan's done this year, what they've overcome as a team, what they have on defense, like what Saleh has built, they are just a resilient group, and they have fought through all the adversity, and they've overcome it, and they find themselves in the second round of the playoffs missing their best players on defense, not just guys. This is the best linebacker and best defensive end in the league, arguably. Crazy, so it's, man. Offensively, they don't have their star receiver. Ayuk is out. Kittle has been in and out, just went down again. I love George Kittle. I'm wishing the best for him. That sucks. Football is better when George Kittle is freaking on the field. Year, they missed their starting quarterbacks out for 8 games, and they come in. Mac Jones functions. It's just that organization is doing it right. They have been doing it right for a long time, and it's been impressive to watch. As for the Eagles, very, very frustrating season. Very, very frustrating season. Defensively, played great, and I know this game they want some plays back, but all in all, the defense played outstanding all year. They overcame so much. They got better. If you look at the difference of what that defense is paid, I think it's the lowest paid defense in the NFL, and their production, it is absolutely insane. And a lot of that's because a lot of those guys are young players that they have brought in. Vic Fangio, that entire staff over there in defense has done a phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. Offensively has been the thing that everybody's been up in arms about. And I get it. I really do. The expectations should be much higher than what they put out this season. I know I made some comments on Monday Night Football. I do love Kevin Patullo. I'm not trying to absolve Kevin Patullo of blame. Obviously, they let go of Kevin today as the offensive coordinator. I guess Tuesday, as you're seeing it, yesterday. And of course, the offense wasn't up to the task this year. It regressed. And the main reason to regress, and I've been saying this from the beginning, was the run game. The offensive line's inability to stay healthy all together, to open up holes. Saquon Barkley was almost at the NFL record for rushing last year.
Insane.
All right? They were incredible in the run game. And the passing game, they struggled last year. I mean, there was all sorts of things happening last season that we like to forget because we won the Super Bowl. But the passing game has been an issue for multiple seasons now. Now the running game isn't there. Why isn't it there? The offensive line is in and out. They're hurt. Guys are overcoming injuries. They're not playing the same way they've played in the past. You have a quarterback that's not running as much. Jalen Hurts, the threat of him running the ball
can't stress
opens
that
up so much for the running back when they have to truly respect it. And it also opens up things downfield. And I know everybody likes to talk about the predictability. And to be honest, yes, I would love to see more creative things. I love watching the trick plays. I loved, as much as I didn't love watching it in the game, the trick play to McCaffrey was an awesome play, right? I like watching the creativeness. I would love to see more motions. I would love to see all that stuff. That being said, we had plays to make in that game. I keep coming back to that. When it comes down to it, not talking about the fourth down play, the 49ers had their opportunities to win the game, and we had ours, and we didn't capitalize on ours. We didn't capitalize on the catches and the throws and the penalties that took back big plays.
Yeah.
It was similar to how the whole season has gone. So it's a frustrating way to end it. Not that surprising with how they just were never able to get a lot of it fixed. I don't know where they're going to go offensively. I think sometimes it's when you have success as a group and you have success as an offense, you tend to rely on that. Like A.J. Brown on a slant route has been automatic for 4 years. It doesn't matter what you do. Like, it's like, how do you can't stop it. He's too big. He's too physical. This year, all that stuff just didn't work as well. It would probably behoove the Eagles to bring in somebody with a fresh perspective on where it's at currently. Because when you're in it, you're thinking about what you've done well in the past. You're thinking about how you've had success. It's like, man, I know this guy can do this. I know this can happen here. Yeah. When you bring in somebody else, it's like, man, this is where we're at now. And now we can bring in some fresh ideas. We can figure out a way to maximize things.
While keeping that nucleus together.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I don't think it needs to be anything actually that drastic. I think we probably want somebody who's been proven offensively as a successful coach, and he can come in and look at things under a new lens with a lot of similar pieces.
Well, the big topic right now is that fourth down call. And we know that Devontae missed the pass on that 3rd and 11. They didn't get lined up fast enough, or they were waiting to see what the defense might have shown to call a timeout and get the right play call going into that fourth down. And they end up going with what everybody's saying all line, 4 verticals, which is, those of you that don't know football knowledge, it's a play that everybody has ran their entire lives. Like, we ran that at Heights, and we ran it at Cincinnati, we ran it every offense. It's day one type stuff. And I think that's and it's up to those players on the field to be able to make it shake no matter what. Yeah. And I think, it's easy to point fingers at the end of the game when you're on your last dollar, you're on your last play, you're on this is your last chance to make it right. No, you had a whole 4 quarters to try and get that win. And it's a crazy, scenario to end the season on, knowing how much fucking talent was over there.
That's the thing. It's the highest paid offense in the NFL, and they are mediocre across the board. That's what I keep coming down to. The bottom line is this offense didn't live up to what it should have, right? And Patullo's the offensive coordinator, bears responsibility, and so do the players. That's my thing. I don't think the players played as good as they could have, and I love all those guys, and that's just the way it is sometimes. I had my seasons. I damn sure did. And, how do they rebound from this? Where do they go from here? There'll be new faces in. There'll be faces that are familiar, that are out. And the thing with Patullo, the fourth down call gets criticized because, the whole offense was criticized all year. Now, I don't think it's fair to ever just put it on one guy, especially when the passing game.
That's where I call bullshit. You can't just throw it on one guy.
Yeah, and Jalen said it after the game. I don't think right now is the time to put it on any one person. Now, listen, he is the offensive coordinator.
That is a responsibility.
Yeah. Well, it's not only to call plays, it's also to have the players play well. And that's the mark of all the coaches, right? That's Jeff Stoutland is the best offensive line coach in the NFL. That's his job, is to get the offensive line to play well. We didn't play as well as we have in the past. Now, there's all sorts of excuses. Like, guys were hurt. Lane Johnson was out for half of the year, dang near. Like, that makes it difficult. Again, I would like to see more creativity. I think the Eagles tried to. They tried to do more under center. So, if you're not going to do the gun runs with Jalen, you might as well get underneath, because that's why the gun runs are successful. He keeps people honest. He's a threat to go run the ball. Okay, now we got to get under center. Now we got to develop play actions. It's hard to develop all that stuff in the middle of a season. And it never got to what it needed to get to. And the offense as a whole, just the players were hurt. Guys didn't play as well. Saquon didn't have the same year because, in part, the offensive line wasn't as good. They were banged up. The run game is the main difference from this season to last season.
Still a fucking boatload of talent over there in Philly. And we got a boatload of talent still left in the playoffs, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Get to some of the other games in the wild card weekend. We already talked about that Bills-Jags game, but that Rams-Panthers game was just as exciting. A little bit more action on the offensive side. 34-31 Rams. Friend of the show, Matthew Stafford, went to fucking work. It's so fun seeing that dude play the game, man. How he can manipulate the defense with his eyes and his shoulders and just like how he casually goes through progressions as a quarterback in the pocket. It's just fun as hell to watch that guy go to work, man. And, especially later in the game when it all counts. Panthers almost pulled it off, and I think that was the bigger story, is that the Panthers actually gave the Rams a hell of a fucking fight.
That was definitely the story. I thought that the Rams would win this game pretty handily. The Panthers kind of snuck in there. Hats off to Bryce.
Put up fucking 31 points in a wild card game.
He made a lot of freaking big plays.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Bryce Young continues to just improve and improve and improve. A guy that I think everybody was questioning whether he was going to be a bust or out when he got benched, 2 games in the last season?
Yeah. Has
reemerged, and man, the Rams defense aren't any slouches, man. They got some horses over there. Their front can get after it. So heck of a performance. I know it's not the outcome the Panthers wanted. At this point in the NFC, I do think it's going to come down to the Rams, Seahawks. I think they're the most talented teams left. Seahawks, it'll come down to, like, if Sam Darnold can deliver, that defense is, oh my God.
They fly around, dude. It is so fucking fun to watch them. Now they got to be ready though, man, because I mean, as much as we love to see how that team has played throughout the season and in big moments, to feel like they're ready for these big moments. Playoff football, man. It is just a different beast, and you got to kind of have an understanding of what you're getting yourself into. So it's exciting to see, but Sam Darnold's a crafty vet at this point, knows how to win some ball games, and I'm excited to see next week's matchup, man.
I am too, man. I think, Rams, Bears, freaking 49ers, Seahawks, both of those games are going to be awesome to watch. And we watched a great game against the Bills and Jags. Jags almost pulled it off.
They were like that Seattle juice. They had the juice internally.
Yeah.
And they had the excitement. They come up big in big times throughout the season. But playoff football, it just felt like the Bills had a little bit more, just had a little bit more the other day, man. And I think Josh being in these moments before.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it.
Huge part of it, yeah.
Yeah. And this is what everybody keeps saying. I mean, I know Josh gets a lot of the attention for the Bills because he's the quarterback and he's the guy that's the biggest name left in the playoffs. But I know they beat the Jags and it's a great win for the Bills. I worry that this defense at some point, and that Josh, I mean, the weapons they have offensively outside of the run game and Cook, it's not that significant. And like, how much can Josh really get done? Now, they got it done this week against the Jags. I'm always rooting for Josh. I love that guy, but I don't know. We'll see. This will be a big one this week.
Threw for 308 and got that thing out to damn near everybody on the fucking offensive side of the ball. Nine different Bills caught a pass, and including Brandon Cooks, who's only been on the roster since November. So he's seeing the field well, man.
But what are they going to do against Houston?
Make plays. They make plays, dude.
I don't know, man. I just feel like they're going to struggle to get people open.
Josh is a big dude, and he makes plays as a quarterback. It's just, whether it's just breaking an arm tackle, getting out of these sacks, that's huge. Getting out of the pocket, making the defense have to play that extra, 6 seconds.
I wasn't really talking about this week. I was more just talking about, like,
if they beat the Broncos,
if they play Houston, they're not going to do anything. Well, the Broncos are so weird, man. Sometimes teams will freaking sneak up on them.
Number 1 seed is going to sneak up on them.
No, I'm saying sometimes teams sneak up on the Broncos.
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Their defense is really, really good, but every once in a while, it's like, I don't know, Houston's defense is like fucking insane, like across the board.
It's about as legit as it gets right now.
And the Broncos are really good as well.
That's why it's playoff football, baby. It's the best there is. The best there is. Patriots, Chargers, not that exciting, but Patriots came out 16-3. Everybody was looking for Herbert to take that next step, man. Drops to 0-3 in the playoffs. Huge Herbert fan over here. And he was trying to make plays with his feet, but it just at the end of the day just didn't go well for him, man. There were a few 4th downs that they came up short on.
They've been so banged up front. They've lost both of their star tackles.
Yeah, he was back there getting fucking rocked.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you want the guy to do
we've seen it before, but at the same time, it's like, man, he's a fearless competitor. And
Yeah, my guy Milton Williams is running around unblocked. I mean, they've had to try and overcome that all year, and it's a testament to them to even be here with some of the pieces that they've been missing up front and how good that defense is as well. Jesse Minter deserves a lot of credit for what he's built over there as well. As someone who played both of these teams, what do you think of that matchup?
Broncos got to show up in the first half. Not that they didn't against us. I'm just saying, like, they're notorious right now for finding ways to win at the end of the game. They have to show up in the first half. It's just you can't win in the playoffs by not putting together 4 quarters.
Unless you're Caleb Williams.
I stand corrected. I think the Bills being a veteran team kind of trumps some of that. You got to play all 4 quarters against the Bills.
Yeah.
You know, you can't let Josh Allen get up there. He's a tempo controller, you know what I mean? And he'll absolutely wear you down as a quarterback, man, both in the pass game and run game. And he's starting to make, like, over the past 3-4 years, he's been making the right decision. You know what I mean? I think if the Broncos come out, you know, making plays, Bo Nix comes out, throwing the ball downfield early, being confident in his read, this is going to be a hell of a fucking game.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping for. And if you're Denver, man, you got to wrap that dude up, man. You got to find a way to not let Josh Allen break tackles and get outside the pocket and not only make plays with his feet, but make plays with his arm outside of the pocket, because that's when you can really get fucking torched.
Well, the other game that we had this past week is the Texans-Steelers game. I was at that one. Score 30-6. Looks way more severe than what that game was for the vast majority of it, which was a defensive battle between both teams. The Texans are just so loaded across the board. Like, Pittsburgh's front is incredible. The Texans, like, every level of that defense has dogs all across it.
It does.
D'Amico Ryans and Matt Burke, the defensive coordinator, have them playing physical. If CJ Stroud can stay composed and poised, this team could be the best team in the AFC. That's the reality of it. Like last night against Pittsburgh.
It's kind of all in his hands right now, man.
Dude, I don't want to put it on him. And I think CJ's a great player. But it's like, dude, this is a year where it's like, dude, just freaking, you got some guys over there.
You got some dogs.
Don't make mistakes.
Your running back ran last night. Holy shit.
Yeah,
he was getting down fucking hill. When you got that kind of physical game and you're getting pockets like he was getting, man.
Yeah.
It's all on the big guy, man. And obviously we're huge fans of him. I've had my opportunities to meet the guy, great guy and great player, even better guy on top of that. And he's just, it's all in his hands right now, the way that defense is playing.
Listen, it's going to be Texans versus New England. We're going to see the young quarterback that everybody likes, including me, Drake May, up in New England, face the best defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch this game. I really can't. Points are going to be at a premium in this one. I don't know where it's going to go. And it'll be fun to see between CJ and Drake May who can get it done. I don't know, man. This Texans defense, though, that's what I'm the most excited to watch.
Even bigger news than the Texans beating the Steelers is Mike Tomlin stepping away.
Okay.
Tomlin stepping down means the Steelers will retain his trading rights. He was not fired.
That's interesting.
The most recent coach that was traded was Sean Payton.
Yeah.
He was for a first and second round pick. This is all news to me. I forgot coaches were even tradable.
Do you remember the one that happened in our childhood that I was like, that ended up being crazy?
Wait for it.
You got it.
Wait for it.
Another guy that did TV for a long time.
Bill Cowher.
No. John Gruden. John Gruden was famously traded from the Oakland Raiders to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I did not know that. And then he went back to the Raiders?
He won a Super Bowl and then at some point went back. I think the trade happened before the Super Bowl, which was from Oakland to Tampa Bay. I'm pretty sure. Are we doing this podcast by ourselves?
Is anybody listening?
He was traded. Sorry, I was snacking. He was traded to the Bucs and then met the Raiders in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was the year after.
But he went back to the Raiders after. I'm just making sure it was.
He did Monday Night Football for like 10 years and then went back to the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Mike T. Hopefully he does great in TV, which I'm sure he will because he's unbelievable.
Charisma, baby.
No doubt.
Moving to the divisional round, which one you pumped to see the most? Bills at Broncos on CBS. We got the Niners at the Seahawks up there in the land of the 12s on Fox. And then Sunday, those are both 2 Saturday games. And then Sunday, we got Texans, Patriots, Rams at Bears on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, I mean, the game I'm the most excited for is the game that I'm going to actually be at, which is going to be the Texans-Patriots game. And I do think it'll be a game that'll be full of excitement. I'm looking forward to May versus this Texans defense to see how he responds and how he operates. He's been incredible. He's been poised. It's going to be hard to be poised against these guys.
2 defensive touchdowns against the Steelers, man.
The one that I'm not going to that I am excited to watch is Chicago versus the Rams. I think it's going to be an exciting one. I also just like watching both those teams play. Like I like Sean McVay. I like Ben Johnson. I like watching all the design. I like Puka Nacua. I like watching Caleb Williams. I mean, it's a lot of things that will lend itself to just being a fun game to watch, I'm sure.
I'm fucking pumped on this Bills-Broncos game. I'm so pumped that it's the first one we get to fucking see. It's going to be on CBS on Saturday. Josh and Bo Nix kind of play the game similar in my eyes. You know, obviously 2 completely different athletes. Bo he's every bit of exciting, especially in his early years, because he still hasn't reached that pinnacle yet. And this is an opportunity where he can kind of start to cement his name among the best quarterbacks in the league, man. And I'm excited to see that matchup.
Yeah.
That wraps up Bold Topics, brought to you by Intuit TurboTax. Don't forget to do your taxes.
Let's wrap up this episode with some stamps of the week,
which is brought to you by HBO Max. Don't miss the new Game of Thrones series, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, premiering this Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern on HBO Max. And for my stamp of the week, I'm keeping it in the family.
You're not Mom?
Dude, I'm going Mom all day. Did you watch this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
She killed it. Mom was doing great. I mean, I know she got eliminated, but
I was so proud of her, man. She looked like she was having a blast, enjoying it all. And for all of you that don't know, our mother just did Traitors, and she was the first ever secret traitor that the show has ever had. Showed everybody what she's got, and it was just so cool to see her in this moment. And shout out to my guy Ron Funches for sticking by her side and being kind to her. Kind of got through for a loop. I'm sure it did. He probably felt a certain way after he found out that she was the secret traitor. But she got eliminated in the early episodes. But man, it was just so fun to see her out there living out her dream, giving the world a beautiful message about, being fortunate enough to do these things at her age and where she is in life. And it's just so cool to see her live in that moment, man.
I agree. No, I thought she did fantastic. Like, I know she was eliminated, but I think it's really hard to go into those shows as like an outsider. That you become like an easy target to try and maneuver in that show. So I thought Mom did a great job. I loved watching her in it. I thought she was way more deceitful and devious than I thought Mom could ever be, which was surprising.
That too. She stood her ground at the round table.
Oh yeah.
And it was just so cool to see. And shout out to everybody on this Traitors.
I'm gonna stamp some kids, because who doesn't love stamping kids that are getting into fisticuffs together? Let's take a look at this hockey fight that's been making the rounds. I don't know if you guys have seen it, 92%ers, but who doesn't love a good hockey fight to begin with?
Oh, look at these kids getting after it in the corner. You messing with my boy?
I love this.
Come here. Oh, they go down. Where's the refs? Once they go to the ground, the refs got to get in there. Oh, no.
Oh!
Where
are the refs?
And a right
this is
haymaker.
Insane.
Oh!
Are there no refs on the ice? What happened?
It's just got to be cleared at this point.
Right. Dude, throwing haymakers.
Come here.
Is anybody using their stick? Good job, kids. Don't use the stick.
I love how the goalie came in out of nowhere with the right hooks. He seemed like he was about it the most, man. This is so epic. Doesn't it just take you back?
Yeah, who doesn't love kids beating the shit out of each other? I mean, that's one of the favorite pastimes of playing a hockey.
It's the best.
Dude, the best part
at this age, gloves and helmets, those punches aren't fucking doing it.
You're not even feeling it. So for those of you that don't know what locker boxing is, when we played hockey, you would literally go in the locker room, you would put your helmet on and your gloves, and you would just do this for fun. You just beat the shit out of each other.
Royal Rumble. Let's go. We're already sweaty for practice. Let's fucking go.
Come out there with freaking a black eye, and coach is like, what the hell are you guys doing? Well, we just locker boxing, coach. Anytime a goalie's getting in, you're getting a stamp of the week. Goalie fights are the best.
Let's go, baby.
Dude, there is something electric about just getting into a fight. I love that hockey players just do this. Let's give the people a show.
Let's go. My guys need some juice. I
I need to throw some hands, and you're the only one. Dude, it's so epic, man. Fuck, I love hockey.
That does it for Stamp of the Week, brought to you by HBO Max. All righty, let's get to some Jameis Winston, huh?
Famous Jameis. How lucky are we?
Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Reese's.
We couldn't be more thrilled to talk about the new Reese's Oreo Cups.
That's right. We're two guys who talk a lot about achieving your dreams. And if you could put our dreams in a candy form, it would probably be those delicious Reese's Oreo Cups.
Reese's Oreo Cups deserve to be in the Hall of Fame for candy.
Forget Candy Hall of Fame. Reese's Oreo Cups belong in the all-time Food Hall of Fame. Travis?
Step aside, sliced bread. This is a Reese's Cup with Oreo cookie crumbs in it.
Join us in celebrating Reese's Oreo Cups by eating them immediately. Available now everywhere the best things in the world are sold. Thank you to our sponsor, Intuit TurboTax.
Hey, you know what time of year it is?
What's that?
Not just playoffs. It's tax season.
Listen, we all know taxes get super complicated. It's like trying to decode the defense's coverage, maybe even more. Sometimes you just need an expert in your corner.
That's why TurboTax full-service experts are game changers. Just match with a dedicated expert, hand everything off, and they'll take care of it. All for you from start to finish.
This isn't the old way of doing taxes. Nuh-uh. No more aimlessly searching for help or sitting in some dusty lobby for 3 hours reading magazines from 2012 while you wait for your name to be called. Nope, that's not what we're doing here.
With TurboTax Expert Full Service, you can connect with your expert on the schedule, even on nights and weekends during tax season.
They're pulling in the overtime so you don't have to, and they review everything to make sure you're getting every dollar you deserve.
All while you put that extra time and energy towards what you actually enjoy, like dunking a basketball.
I'm trying.
Like playing golf.
Yeah, I try. To learn more and get matched with an expert, visit TurboTax.com.
Intuit TurboTax. Now this is taxes.
Thank you to our partner, HBO Max.
They've got a brand new Game of Thrones series dropping called A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and it premieres this Sunday, January 18th.
This incredible new series follows the unlikely duo of Sir Dunk the Tall and his scrappy young squire Egg as they head to prove the good dudes can still survive in pretty ruthless world.
I'll tell you what, I was a Game of Thrones fan. The Red Wedding, insane.
Yeah, I love Game of Thrones.
It's epic, it's heartfelt, but it's really about two unlikely heroes on a journey far away from their throne.
This is the next must-watch chapter in the Game of Thrones universe. A Night of the Seven Kingdoms premieres Sunday, January 18th on HBO Max. You're not going to want to miss it. I guarantee they've done it right. I mean, it's HBO Max, it's Game of Thrones, it's going to be epic. There's going to be people dying, people having sex, people cheating on each other, people backstabbing each other, conniving individuals, and Sir Dunk the Tall.
And dragons!
Our guest today is a 6'4" Heisman winning quarterback from Bessemer, Alabama. He was the first pick in the 2015 NFL Draft from Florida State University. He's a Pro Bowler, BCS National Champion, and the greatest dub eater. We are so happy and grateful that the Lord has blessed us to be podcasting with the one and only Mr. Jameis Winston.
Yes, the greatest W eater in the world. No, man, I'm grateful to be here with y'all, man. No, just y'all aura, y'all essence, and the fact that y'all are changing cultures and generations as brothers, man, united through y'all work on the field, y'all work off the field, man. It's truly inspiring, so thank you so much.
Bro, you have inspired the entire NFL. You are notorious for your speeches, for your game. It's been so cool to just see your career transpire to where you are today and just see you just like full of life. You know what I mean? This NFL world could beat you up, man, and you just keep, fueling everybody with the energy. And I just love it, man. I appreciate just who you are as a man. So thank you for jumping on here, dog. We're about to have some fun though, man. You told us earlier you're on the Normatex, dog. Is the body feeling good?
The body is feeling great, man. I just, one of my OGs, Anquan Bolden, he always said it's better to stay in shape than get out of shape than try to get back in it, man. So I'm always staying on top of my body. Ever since you shared that with me, you gotta say, you know that y'all both in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? I get to sit back and throw the ball because of you, Jason, and I get to throw the ball to guys like you, Travis. So y'all in the trenches, so y'all obviously got to stay on top of y'all body, but it's the least you can do, man. That 1% every day is so important.
I got to ask you, did you catch Wild Card Weekend this past week?
Man, you know I did.
All right.
Tuned in.
A lot of young quarterbacks. A lot of young quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Who impresses you, or who impressed you the most this first weekend?
Man, I got to go with Drake, you know? It's because, like, okay, Josh, Matt, they did it in the time when they're supposed to do it. Like, they know when the ball is in their hand at the end of the game, you guys are franchise quarterbacks, you have to come through. But I just think the consistency that Drake May has played with this entire year has been impressive, right? Like, especially like his offensive coordinator just got fired last year.
Yeah.
You know, his head coach, you know, was they parted ways a year before, and he's coming onto this tour. Mike Vrabel, I got a chance to spend some time with him in Cleveland. You know, didn't know he was from Cleveland.
Northeast Ohio, baby.
For him to go there, right, with a young quarterback after the year that Drake had the year prior, and to have them in the position that they in now, bro, it's like with all the great clouds that's been around that team this year, and this quarterback still shows up and shows out, man, and gives that team a chance to win against a tough defense now. Like, the LA Chargers is a tough defense.
Oh, I know.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you know, you see a lot of young quarterbacks winning like those big games where they throw for 4 touchdowns, and, you know, but very rarely are you seeing quarterbacks of this generation winning the games where things ain't going right early.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's playing 4 quarters of football, you know, and that's what it's really about. You know, it ain't just a splash plays here, splash plays there, but Drake May, man, he continues to impress me.
I love it. You brought something up there I want to just touch on. You brought up, you know, he's got a new offensive coordinator. How many offensive coordinators have you played for, James?
1, 2, 4 to 5, man.
Yeah.
4 to 5, maybe 6 or 7. 6, 7.
Well,
you know, I need to stop doing that.
There we go.
But a lot, bro. A lot.
So you've been in a bunch of different systems. Can you tell when an offensive coordinator is just dealing in a play call? I know what it feels like in the run game where it's like, man, it just feels like it's all clicking. What's that like as a quarterback? Like, can you tell during the week it's like, oh, we got some things designed for these guys coming up? Or is it like an in the game moment where you're just like, oh no, he's rattled them off?
I think this is the sense. Like, and I know you guys know this because y'all offensive guys. Like, when we go out there and execute the first 15, like, okay, we know we got them. Like, we're supposed to execute that.
Yeah.
What shows me if we're really dialing it up is when the coach pulls something that was installed in OTAs.
Yeah.
And I'm in a hold, I'm just like, hey, give me out.
The Kelce family reveals Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding plans for the first time on the New Heights podcast, from private details to an emotional family portrait. In a special episode of the New Heights podcast, Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce brought listeners one of the most anticipated conversations since the NFL star confirmed his engagement to Taylor Swift. No longer just football stories, nor the usual humorous moments between the Kelce brothers, this episode opens up a very different space, warm, family-oriented, and full of emotion as the entire Kelce family discusses the wedding plans of Travis Kelce and his globally famous fiancée, Taylor Swift. A New Heights episode unlike any before. From the very first minutes, listeners can feel the difference. Jason Kelce, the eldest brother, known for his outspoken style, couldn't hide his excitement, beginning with a half-joking, half-serious remark. We've talked about the Super Bowl, about retirement, about everything, but today, perhaps, is the biggest topic for this family. Travis Kelce, in his role as the groom-to-be, appeared with a deeper voice than usual, mixed with pride and nervousness. He admitted that sharing the wedding story on the family podcast felt very different from giving media interviews. This is family. And Taylor is family, Travis said, making Jason laugh and moving the listeners. Donna Kelce, this isn't just a wedding, it's a connection between two worlds. The appearance of Donna Kelce, the mother beloved by the entire United States, was a major highlight of the podcast episode. With a calm voice, she shared her feelings about witnessing her youngest son preparing to marry one of the world's most influential artists. I've watched Travis grow up, from a mischievous boy to a man who knows how to love, care, and put family first, Donna said. And Taylor, she brings so much warmth to our family. Donna Kelce emphasized that, for her, this wedding wasn't about glamour or fame, but about connecting two families with very similar values, sincerity, gratitude, and love for loved ones. Jason Kelce and his role as brother, best man, protector. Jason Kelce was not only the storyteller but also the character who brought the most laughter. He revealed that Travis had reserved him for this important role on the wedding day. Travis told me, "You have to stand next to me. Without you, I'll be shaking," Jason recounted, making the entire studio burst into laughter. However, behind the humor were very genuine feelings. Jason admitted that he felt emotional witnessing his younger brother find a truly suitable life partner. "I've seen Travis change. He's calmer, more thoughtful. And I know Taylor played a huge part in that." Kylie Kelce, a family woman's perspective. Kylie Kelce, Jason's wife, offered a more nuanced perspective on the wedding preparations. She shared that Taylor Swift didn't impose or turn everything into a star event, but instead always prioritized family feelings. "Taylor was a very good listener," Kylie said. She asked about Kelce's family traditions, about the smallest things, from seating arrangements to food choices. Kylie also revealed that Taylor was particularly concerned about making sure the family members, especially the children, felt comfortable and could be themselves on the wedding day. Behind-the-scenes details revealed for the first time. Throughout the podcast, the Kelce family revealed many behind-the-scenes details that surprised fans. Wedding location. Although not explicitly stated, Travis confirmed that the wedding would take place in a location with private significance for the couple, not New York or Los Angeles, familiar centers for the media. Guest size. Jason revealed that the guest list was much more limited than the public imagined. "Not a stadium," he joked, "but a place where you can see each person's eyes." Music. When asked if Taylor would perform at the wedding, Travis just laughed and said, "It will be our day, not a concert." Donna Kelce and her special role in the wedding. One of the most touching moments was when Travis confirmed that his mother, Donna Kelce, would be taking on a very special role in the wedding. Although he didn't formally use the term "Master of Ceremonies" on air, Travis's words made it clear to listeners that she would be the central figure in the family ritual. "No one understands the value of this family better than my mother," Travis said. "And I can't imagine anyone more suitable to be there with us." Donna, upon hearing this, paused for a few seconds before speaking, her voice trembling with emotion. Taylor Swift as told by the Kelce family. What made the podcast special wasn't just the wedding plans, but also how the Kelce family spoke about Taylor Swift, not as a star, but as a future daughter-in-law. Jason described Taylor as a good listener and incredibly sensitive, while Kylie emphasized her simplicity and sincerity. Donna Kelce called Taylor a gift Travis didn't expect, but desperately needed. "I see her helping Travis slow down," Donna said. "And that, for someone who's always living under pressure like Travis, is invaluable." A wedding, but a family story. Throughout the New Heights episode, the most noticeable thing was the family spirit, the very element that has made this podcast so appealing. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding, though watched by the whole world, was seen by the Kelce family as a very ordinary milestone, their son getting married, a new member joining the family. Jason concluded the podcast with a simple but meaningful statement. "We may come from the NFL, from music, from different worlds. But in the end, we all come back to the same table." Fan and media reaction. Immediately after the podcast aired, social media exploded with excerpts being shared rapidly. Taylor Swift fans were moved to hear about the wedding from a family perspective for the first time, while NFL fans were delighted to see a very different Travis Kelce, quiet, mature, and full of love. Many comments suggested that the way Kelce's family spoke about Taylor Swift helped the public better understand why this relationship is so strong and well supported. A new chapter is beginning. Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs is still in the midst of making a decision about whether he'll retire and called the 2025-26 season his very last in the NFL, but in the meantime, he's dropping some hints by making other business moves. Kelce, of course, closed out his final game with the Chiefs on Sunday, January 4th, with a loss to the Las Vegas Raiders, with a 14-12 final score. That, coupled with the Kansas City Chiefs not making the playoffs, is not the way Kelce wants to go out, but timing is everything, so whatever he decides will be the right move for him, regardless if he leave after a down season for the Chiefs. After the Chiefs lost 14-12 to the Las Vegas Raiders, Kelce responded to retirement questions, telling reporters, "Who knows? It either hits me quick or I've got to take some time. Last year, it was a little bit easier. I think I knew right away, I wanted to give this year a shot. We'll see." On the Wednesday, January 14th, episode of the New Heights podcast, Travis and his brother Jason announced that they're releasing their debut book together, called No Dumb Questions, and All of Our Dumbest Answers. The book is inspired by their podcast and its popular No Dumb Questions segment, where the two respond to fan submissions. When we started the No Dumb Questions segment on New Heights, never in our wildest dreams did we think it would become a book sitting on your coffee table, the brothers said via People. But we've had a blast with it, and we're stoked the 92% heirs can take home a little piece of the podcast, including some that were too ridiculous to make it on the show. The two also shared with People magazine that they're still trying to wrap their heads around being able to call ourselves published authors. Well, Travis and Jason have done a lot of things, so adding author to their job title doesn't seem like a stretch. Even this writer has books out, so it's something that many people do. Chances are, it will be another home run for the Kelce brothers. Another milestone for Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs. Following the end of the season, the Kansas City Chiefs announced that Kelce has achieved the most points in Chiefs history by a non-kicker. He hit 522 points during the 2025-26 season. The team also announced that Kelce is the first ever three-time winner of the Walter Payton Man of the Year Charity Challenge presented by Nationwide. So, even though the Chiefs are closing their 2025-26 run without a trip to the postseason, Kelce continued to clock strong numbers with the team. He wrapped the season with 76 receptions, 851 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns in 17 games, according to NFL research. Travis Kelce's sister-in-law, Kylie Kelce, spoke about the Hug Your Brother-in-Law challenge on the latest episode of Not Gonna Lie. Kylie reviewed a compilation of videos currently trending on TikTok, offering her take on each challenge. She then proceeded to share how the Chiefs' tight end would react to a surprise hug. Kylie Kelce shares Travis' reaction to viral hugging challenge. Kylie Kelce revealed how her brother-in-law, Travis Kelce, would react to the viral Hug Your Brother-in-Law challenge. Fans are already aware that the Not Gonna Lie podcast host is married to Travis' older brother, Jason Kelce. She also shares a warm connection with the Chiefs' tight end and has always spoken warmly of him on her podcast. Kylie revealed, "I give Travis a hug every time I see him. And it's a very, warm, my gosh, it's been so long. It's so good to see you. We missed you, hug. But I do think that if I hugged Travis out of the blue, he would be like, 'What are you doing?'" Continuing further, she said, "To be fair, if anyone hugged me out of the blue, I would do the same. That's the part where I take a little bit of issue with that." Fans, of course, had interesting suggestions in the comments section. One fan commented, "Dear Travis, do this to Kylie next time you see her and film it." A second fan chimed in, "Kai and Tay need to secretly record hugging each other's brother-in-law at the next family reunion. I think Travis will smile and hug back, but Jason, I think, will freeze or run LOL. We need to see this. Please, please, please with a cherry on top LOL." Kylie has frequently guested on Jason and Travis Kelce's New Heights podcast, showcasing the trio's great camaraderie. Previously, the Chiefs' tight end revealed, "I love Kylie, man. Best sister any guy could ever ask for." Eli Manning is no stranger to making the difficult decision to retire, and now he has some advice for another NFL vet who may soon be following in his footsteps. While rumors have been swirling about Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce potentially retiring, no final decision has been made. Speaking to We tied to the release of the Eli Manning's bold pick, 2026 batch Knobs Creek Bourbon, Manning gave his 2 cents on whether or not it is time for Kelce to retire. That's his decision, that only he can make, and only he knows what his desire and commitment towards it is. And it's one of those deals as you get older, it's not like you can do less and get the same result. You gotta work twice as hard to get half the results, the injuries, the build-up, you're getting slower, the fast twitch motions, Manning told We. He continued, I think as Kelce thinks over these next few weeks or months, he'll kind of know like, hey, am I itching to get back there and start grinding and start training and start doing everything I need to do, or am I ready for this next chapter? And he's got other opportunities, he's got other things that he can stay busy with. Manning says these other endeavors will allow Kelce to be a part of the game while not getting hit, and not having to do all those things that are the requirements to play at the level he wants to play. Some of these non-football ventures most notably include co-hosting the New Heights podcast alongside his brother and retired Philadelphia Eagles center Jason Kelce, and owning 1587 Prime Steakhouse in Kansas City alongside teammate and Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, as well as a slew of brand investments and endorsement deals. Manning also took time to reflect on his own decision to hang up his jersey and how he knew it was time to take the cleats off for good. I kinda woke up one day and I just said, yep, it's time. It's time to be done. It's just too hard, it's not worth the effort, and it's just too much of a grind. It's just gotten too difficult to play at this level that I want and expect to play at, he recalls. Manning retired in January 2020, following a 16-season career with the New York Giants. Manning was originally drafted by the San Diego Chargers in the 2004 NFL Draft but was traded to the Giants ahead of the season after famously telling the franchise that he wouldn't play for them. The quarterback won 2 Super Bowls under his tenure and was crowned Super Bowl MVP both times. Though Kelce has been relatively tight-lipped on where things stand with his career, he hinted to reporters in a press conference following the Chiefs' last home game of the season on Sunday, January 4th, that he had to take some time to weigh his options. I've got so much love for this team, this organization, and the people here, so I'll spend some time with them, go through exit meetings tomorrow and get close to the family and figure things out, he said at the time. Tom Brady sent a strong message to Travis Kelce amid heavy speculation that the Kansas City Chiefs star could walk away from football after 13 dazzling seasons in the NFL. Brady, 48, is no stranger to grappling with the decision to call it quits, having famously pulled a dramatic U-turn on his initial retirement back in 2022. And the former quarterback, who has since stepped into the broadcasting booth with Fox to divulge his footballing wisdom, weighed in on the choice facing Kelce. The Chiefs' 2025 season ended in disastrous fashion, with the perennial Super Bowl contenders missing out on the playoffs for the first time since 2014. And, as Kansas City's nightmare ended, so too did Kelce's contract. The 3-time Super Bowl winner's current deal with the Chiefs expired at the culmination of their season, leaving the legend weighing up retirement once again. With the tight end at the crossroads following the Chiefs' failure to reach the postseason, the NFL legend pushed back on the idea of him hanging up his cleats just yet. He doesn't need my advice, Brady told E.T. The guy has had a Hall of Fame career without any of mine, he doesn't need it now. He's a stud, man. What a great player he's been. He could still play. He looked great this year and I thought it was one of the best years he's had in a long time. I love watching him play. I love his personality. I love his temperament. I love his competitiveness. He's one of the all-time greats that ever played this game. While the Chiefs endured humiliation at the weekend, Kelce proved that he still had what it takes to suit up for another year. Kelce himself had a season to be proud of on an individual level. He ended with 851 yards and 5 touchdowns, in the process becoming only the 3rd tight end in NFL history to pass 13,000 yards for his career. Yet, should he choose to hang up his cleats, one option on the table for him will be to follow Brady and older brother Jason into broadcasting, with every sports network in America likely to scrap it out for his signature. However, Kelce insisted that he wouldn't be weighing up either option just yet, claiming that he would be taking a few weeks to spend time with his loved ones when asked by Jason what the off-season would look like earlier this month. Kelce, who has been spending quality time with his fiancée Taylor Swift since the regular season ended, addressed his future last week on his New Heights podcast with this brother Jason. "I am officially jobless," Jason, the NFL icon, quipped during the introduction to the show's latest episode. "In fact, this is my only job. This is the only company that employs me right now," he added, referring to his expired contract in Kansas City. Despite his attempts to stay lighthearted on the subject, Kelce did later somberly reflect on his situation, but it may not be all doom and gloom for Chiefs Kingdom. The legendary tight end didn't rule out the possibility of returning to the field next season but admitted that the decision hinges on his body. "There's a lot of love for the game still, and I don't think I'll ever lose that," the veteran confessed. "It's a tough thing to navigate, but at the same time I think if my body can heal up and rest and I can feel confident that I can go out there and give it another 18-20-21 week run, I think I would do it in a heartbeat. I think right now it's just finding that answer and see how the body feels after all this settles down." Brady is familiar with the retirement saga, having originally called time on his playing career in 2022, 1 year after winning the Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, only to shockingly reverse that decision a few weeks later. He returned to play one more season, his 23rd in the NFL, with the Bucs before officially retiring again, this time for good. The 7-time Super Bowl winner has since transitioned to the broadcasting booth and is approaching the end of the second season of his $375 million, 10-year deal as Fox's lead NFL color commentator. Acclaimed singer, songwriter Taylor Swift and NFL Pro Bowl tight end Travis Kelce stepped out on Thursday night, June 12, in Florida, and had a great encounter. The pair took in Game 4 of the 2025 Stanley Cup Finals between the Edmonton Oilers and Florida Panthers at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise, Florida, and they were joined by none other than the Great One, aka Wayne Gretzky. The three took in the first 2 periods of the game together in a box. Gretzky played 20 seasons in the NHL, amassing record after record. At the time of his retirement in 1999, he had over 60 NHL records, including leading point scorer and assist producer. He is also the only NHL player in history to have over 200 points in one season, and he did it 4 times. The Panthers lead the Stanley Cup Finals 2-1 as of this writing, with the score in Game 4 knotted at 3-all at the end of the second period. Swift and Kelce have recently been laying low, pretty low now that Swift's Eras tour has wrapped and Kelce is in the off-season from playing for the Kansas City Chiefs. They were spotted last weekend at Kelce's cousin's wedding, which of course sent their fans into a frenzy. But the NFL season is fast approaching, and a source recently told People that Swift is really looking forward to this one because she'll be able to attend more games. Taylor is really looking forward to the upcoming NFL season. Not just because she loves supporting Travis, but because for the first full season since they started dating, she's not juggling a packed tour schedule, said the source. This fall will be completely different. It's the first season where she's not constantly flying back and forth or working around an entire touring calendar. Travis Kelce and George Kittle's Tight End University is expanding into Super Bowl week with a new late-night event in San Francisco. Tight End University will host Tight Ends and Friends, presented by Cash App and Visa on Thursday, February 5, 2026, at Public Works, with doors opening at 9 p.m. Organizers described the event as a high-energy party designed to bring Tight End University's friends and family vibe to one of the biggest weekends on the sports calendar. The celebration is open to the public and will feature a headline performance from Loud Luxury, with Frank Walker opening the night. Tight Ends and Friends, presented by Cash App and Visa, will be a collegiate-style party with elevated production, interactive elements, and music-driven programming. Event details state that guests can expect interactive games and activations, turf-inspired build-outs, and a soundtrack blending DJs with national talent. The organizers also said the party will offer all-inclusive access featuring food giveaways from sponsor partners and surprise appearances from tight end university friends and family. Tight end university events have become known for pulling in athletes, entertainers, and sports industry personalities, and the February 5th event is expected to follow that same model during Super Bowl week. Tickets are now available, including a limited early bird release priced at $85. General admission tickets are being sold through SI Tickets. Cash App will serve as the presenting sponsor for the night and will offer a 25% discount for Cash App cardholders, along with expedited entry. Visa is listed as the co-presenting partner for the event. A long list of additional partners are also involved, including Novartis, Zenni Optical, Kinders, Diageo Smirnoff, Proximos Maestro Doble Tequila, Dockers, Champion, and Verizon. According to event information, Novartis will host an activation designed to provide a relaxing experience for attendees. Zenni Optical will showcase and offer a limited edition Kittle's X Zenni Eyewear collection, co-designed with Kittle. Kinders will operate a dedicated food station as the official sauce and seasoning partner. Diageo Smirnoff is the official vodka partner and will feature 2 signature cocktails. Proximos Maestro Doble Tequila is the official tequila partner and will include a branded food cart experience. Dockers and Champion will also host activations, with Champion promoting its new NFL collection through a product display. Verizon is set as the exclusive wireless and cellular partner. Verizon customers can also access exclusive ticket opportunities through Verizon Access in the My Verizon app, with expedited entry included. Tight End University launched in 2021 and was founded by Kelce, Kittle, and Greg Olsen as a way to connect tight ends across the NFL through an annual 3-day summit. Tight End University programming includes film study, on-field drills, recovery, and skill development. The platform has expanded beyond the annual summit with additional moments throughout the year, including National Tight Ends Day, which takes place on the 3rd Sunday in October. Tight End University also supports charitable initiatives, with proceeds donated to organizations selected by the hosts. As the Kansas City Chiefs tight end navigates an off-season period filled with persistent whispers about his potential retirement, he has decided to debut a fresh look. According to a recent report by People, Kelce has traded in his signature buzzed fade for a much longer, softer hairstyle, in a transformation that has reportedly earned a glowing seal of approval from Swift. For years, the Kelce fade was a trend of barbershops across the whole country. However, new photos shared via social media show the 3-time Super Bowl champion sporting a significantly more grown-out look. The transformation features textured length on top and a more natural flow, a noticeable departure from the military-precise cut fans are used to see under his helmet. According to People, this is not just a random style choice. Sources close to the couple suggest that Swift has been a vocal fan of the more relaxed aesthetic. The famous singer reportedly loves the change, finding it to be a refreshing shift as Kelce leans into a more Hollywood-ready persona outside of his football gear. The timing of this hair transformation is particularly interesting as Kelce balances his legendary football career with his potential futuristic entertainment experience.